Now, with a call of the game, here's Mike Parker and Jim Wilson.
With the Oregon State University Marching Band having played the national anthem and finishing their pregame show entertainment in front of a huge throng of Oregon State students in their first opportunity with classes in session to come out in huge numbers tonight. And in fact, before we get to our All-America matchup history ahead of the kickoff, I want to send it down to Ron Callan. And Ron, I'm told, Sarah Elcano says that there are 8,894 students right now, the 5th highest student turnout ever, closing in on the 4th highest ever. AC Green's going to look for AC. He's going to be the guest chainsaw starter tonight. So if you see him on the field, let's try to get AC on as well, because we're going to be talking a little hoop in our All-America matchup history. But does it look good to you, Ron, as though you got almost 9,000 students in there?
Well, looking at the student section, it is impressive. I'd say about 95% of them are wearing orange, and the energy, a lot of for these kids, it's their first ever college football game, so they're really pumped up. And Benny's riding in on one of the racing car club vehicles today, which is going to be fun too. The weather down here, guys, right now it's perfect. The breeze is light right now. The U.S. flag is pretty much just hanging low, just because the Beavers and the Cougars, for the first of 3 times this season, it's Beavs and Cougs, and let's see if this team can get off to a good start.
67 degrees as we approach kickoff. Thank you, Ron. It's time for our matchup history presented by Holland America Line. Discover cruise deals at hollandamerica.com. In football, Houston leads the all-time series 2-1. Jim, the last meeting was in the Astrodome, October 17th, 1970. Houston came from behind late to win 19-16. I've got a few more details on that memorable game, and I visited with one of the defensive tackles for the Beavs that year earlier today on our local show, the Joe Beaver Show, and Mark Dipple. He had distinct recollections of getting ejected in that game in the 4th quarter. What do you have for us tonight on the Holland America matchup history?
I was certainly enamored with that whole Astrodome tidbit that you just talked about, Mike. That's a great one. But the first time they played was in 1960, and Oregon State had a coach named Tommy Prothro, a couple players named Terry Baker and Rich Brooks, and they beat Houston in Portland 29-20. They played the next year, and Houston won that game. So Houston does hold the series advantage 2-1.
When Mark Dipple and the Beavers played in the Astrodome in 1970, it was a defensive battle. Tremendous defense by the Beavers against Bill Yeoman, who was the pioneer of the split veer triple option in college football, introducing it in 1965 at Houston. Bill Yeoman had a legendary career, 25 years as the head coach for the Cougars. But the Beavers' defense was just tremendous that evening in the Astrodome. But with a 7-0 lead late in the first half, Oregon State called an inexplicable timeout before 3rd and 12 play. They did not convert, and then that left time on the back end. The Beavers on 4th and 12 went into punt formation, and it's something that I think we've seen before, unfortunately, in terms of what happened on the 4th and 12 play with about 25 seconds to go in the half. Houston, with a heavy rush, knocked one of the shield guys back into the Beavers punter, who then just tried to kick the ball away and kicked it into the air, and it was taken by a Houston Cougar to the house about 50 yards. So instead of leading 7-0 at halftime, 7-6 at halftime, Mark Dipple got in a fight with Moon Mullins in the 4th quarter. Both players got ejected. The backup quarterback for Houston led a late drive, and Houston won it 19-16. Afterwards, DeAndro said, quote, "I'm sick because we lost and we deserve to win," unquote. Let's send it down to Ron for this year's coin toss matchup.
And the coaches and the players who are the team captains that have their handshakes and hugs. And now let's see what the White Hat has to say. Here we go.
My name is Cravon Barrett. This is Rick Pedraza. We're happy to officiate this game today. Let's make sure we keep the sportsmanship high, okay, gentlemen? This is our coin. That's heads. That's tails.
Heads, tails.
What would you like to call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is tails. You want to defer. Houston has one and deferred.
That's Cravon Barrett finishing up the particulars on the coin toss. Houston has won and deferred. The Beavers will receive the opening kickoff at the south end zone and will be taking the ball first, moving right to left as we view it from here at Reser Stadium. Yeah, Ronnie, a light wind. Beautiful night, single-digit AQI number 67 degrees as we await the kickoff from Houston. On our Holland America matchup history, a couple of quick basketball notes, too. Houston and the Beavers got together with a trip to the Elite Eight on the line in the 65-66 NCAA tournament in Los Angeles. Paul Valenti's Beavers defeated the Cougars 63-60 to advance to the Elite Eight. And, Jim, not that long ago in Indianapolis in 2021. How about, yeah, I know you watched
the Elite Eight.
In the Elite Eight with a trip to the Final Four, and the game, Gianni Hunt banked in a shot with about 4 minutes to go, a three. You had a 4-minute game to go to the Final Four.
Just couldn't rebound with those guys.
In the end,
just so relentless against everybody, not just against Oregon State. In fact, Oregon State, I thought held Houston down better than any other team. They just couldn't really score enough points. That was a great run that really carried me through some dark times.
Yeah, that was and there's AC Green firing up the chainsaw in the student section. Great to see. Speaking of hoops, an Oregon State basketball legend in AC Green here to get the students fired up, getting the chainsaw going. Discover Alaska with Holland America Line, a proud partner of OSU Athletics. See more glaciers in Alaska with Holland America than any other cruise line. Book your Alaska vacation today at hollandamerica.com. The ball is teed up, and Houston will kick it away from our left to our right. And getting ready to do the honors, Zach Yoakum. Yoakum to kick it away to the south end zone with a slight breeze at his back and gets it away. David Wells Jr. will watch this one sail well out of the back of the end zone, and the Beavers will go to work, Jimmy, with a touchback, 1st and 10 at their own 25, and you immediately have the binoculars out to check out that offensive line.
Yeah, I'm actually checking for Tyler Volton, who I don't know that I see. Jacob Strand's going to be the left tackle. Sikorsky at left guard. Obviously, Van Wells is the center, and it does look like it's going to be
Josiah Timateo at right tackle with Nathan Elu at right guard.
Which means it's Elu.
So still Tyler Volton, he did go through warm-ups. He's not in the starting lineup. We get underway, right hash, 1st and 10 at the 25. Maalik Murphy looked to his right, comes back with a check down left in the flat to Anthony Hankerson. Incomplete.
That's a bad miss, Mike, and the reason I'm saying that is, A, if he completes it, it's going to be at least 5. Make a man miss, maybe double it.
2nd down and 10 for the Beavers, an inauspicious
But he's open.
He's
just wide open, and that's the problem.
Maalik had a rough game last week in terms of accuracy against an outstanding secondary down the road. On 2nd and 10, handoff to Hank. Nice push for Hank. He gets across the 30, out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd down and 2. Jim, that was a good bit of blocking by the guys up front to crease it and give Anthony an 8-yard opportunity.
Yeah, it looked like Dylan Sikorsky just locked onto his defender, drove him about 4 or 5 yards down the field. And you get one of those guys, what that does is it clogs up the people coming laterally to pursue.
3rd and 2 for the Beavers in the game's first series. Tyler Morano is in. Morano is lined up at a tight end on the right side. Bryce Caulfield, a tight end on the left. The Beavers go in I formation. Give it to Jake Reichel, who burrows his way across the 35-yard line for the 1st down. They're going to mark it right on the 35, but that's what he needed. Jake Reichel gets 2 yards. Speaking of basketball and brother Zach, 4 years ago in the Elite Eight, Jake Reichel gets 2, 1st down Beavers.
The old throwback, fullback type play, just a straight ahead, quick hitter with the quarterback under center. And you mentioned, if you see number 86 on offense, that's tackle Tyler Morano.
The Beavers go split backs with Maalik Murphy out of the shotgun. Marquise Crosby is the intended target in the right flat, makes the catch. Trent Walker trying to give Marquise a block. He does create a little interference, and Marquise gets 6 yards out to the 41. So Maalik this time hits the open running back in the flat. 2nd down and 4 for the Beavs.
And he hits him in stride. Those are the things you take for granted. But if he hits him in stride, now this might have been a foot or a foot and a half high. I'm just really splitting hairs. But if he hit him in stride and let Crosby run through the ball and carry that speed around the corner.
From the right hash mark, a slot right to the boundary. 2 wide receivers left on 2nd and 2. Hankerson, a nice hole. 1st down into Houston territory. Delivers the blow at the end of the run and has a 1st down into the Cougar 45-yard line and delivered the blow nicely at the end of the run on Sione Fotu. And the Beavers, Jimmy, twice now have freed up Hank for good yardage. One to the left, this one to the right, and Hankerson with a burst finding the cutback lane.
Yeah, Hankerson has a good run to the right, a good run to the left, and the other run was a 1st down pickup by the fullback.
1st and 10, Beavers trying to march down for a lead to open a game for the first time this year. They're in Cougar territory, and it's Hankerson running inside again over the left side. He gets to the 42-yard line or thereabouts. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and a long 7. And the Beavers going with a quicker tempo from the right hash with Maalik Murphy in a 2-by-2 set. Walker at a slot inside of Freeoff. Caulfield goes in motion. And now Maalik slows the tempo down, still 20 on the play clock.
Yeah, that's what's funny. You think, oh, man, then you look at the play clock. There's 21 seconds left.
Walker and Freeoff now together as a slot to the left of the field side. Handoff inside to Hankerson. Fumbled the football. Maalik trying to get on it and does, and loses yardage back to the Houston 47-yard line. Hankerson got popped, and Maalik Murphy alertly was able to dive and cover the loose ball. But it is a fumble that cost the Beavers yardage, and now it's 3rd and 12 at the Houston 47.
Yeah, negative play. Probably every bit of 5 yards lost on a play. It was interesting that they switched out of the play. I didn't think Houston could cover the 2 receivers at the top of the screen, Walker and Wells. They only had 1 guy out there, and then somehow the Beavers went out of that. Looked like a good opportunity.
3rd and 12 for Maalik Murphy at the Cougar 47 in the game's first drive. Murphy backs up, fires on the end cut, incomplete. Trent Walker and Taz Reddick's in the vicinity. The Beavers pick up a 1st down into Cougar territory, but then stall. And on 4th down and 12, I imagine that the punting unit's going to come out.
I don't think so. I think that Malik's going to punt.
Okay.
That's what I think. I mean, that's what I think.
Maalik Murphy has, out of shotgun, backed up and punted a couple of times. Houston not expecting that. They don't have anybody deep. We'll see if that is indeed the play. Van Wells does deliver the pass from center to Maalik. If the Beavers get a good bounce, this could work out okay. It's okay. It bounces at about the 15-yard line, goes out of bounds at the Cougar 14, and that's where Houston will undertake its first offensive series. Well, the Beavers did some good things, picked up a couple of 1st downs, got into Cougar territory, but stalled near midfield. We'll talk about it when we return. 11:04 to go in the first quarter on this Friday night in Corvallis. Houston nothing, the Beavers nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
In 1931, Oregon State's football team compiled a 6-3-1 record, playing their home games at Bell Field in Corvallis. That same year, Umpqua Dairy began making ice cream to sell to passengers at the train station in Roseburg. 3 generations later, they're still producing award-winning ice cream, and you don't have to wait at the train station. Simply visit your local grocery store. Thanks to Umpqua Dairy for your support of our Beavers and for making the best ice cream in the nation.
At Builders First Source, we're proud to be the nation's largest supplier of home building materials with 14 locations in Oregon and Southwest Washington. We're on a mission to develop next-generation solutions that accelerate, optimize, and transform the home building industry. Whether you are a professional contractor or a homeowner that loves building projects, Builders First Source will support you with lumber, siding, windows and doors, trusses, decking, and more. Go to BLDR.com to find a location near you.
Hey, Beaver Nation, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Oregon State football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Oregon State Beavers. Let's go Beavers! SeatGeek.
Back in Reser Stadium, 11:04 to go in the first quarter. Houston will have the football at its own 14. We've been talking Beaver hoops a little bit. Against Houston, some great games with Paul Valenti, and then 4 years ago, a classic in Indianapolis in the Elite Eight, and big Wayne Tinkle standing by with Ron Callan.
Wayne, back in 2021, you were facing Houston for the right to get to the Final Four. What a classic in Indy. That was so close, and it was an exciting time for you guys.
Yeah, it was a heck of a run. I remember being down 18. The announcers were counting us out. Our guys made a heck of a run in the second half to tie it up with under 3 minutes to go to the Final Four. Great memories. Obviously, Kelvin Sampson's done an unbelievable job there, but a real highlight for us.
You have a tip-off dinner coming up very soon. A bunch of new players I saw practice the other day. You got to be excited.
Really excited about this group. This is as selfless a team this early that we've had in a lot of years. And Jimmy will love this. We got to toughen them up, but very selfless team, working hard every day. I think we've got a chance to have better chemistry than we did a year ago. And we're excited to have that tip-off dinner around the corner to introduce them to everybody.
Wayne, enjoy the game tonight. Maybe they'll take care of these Cougs.
Hey, let's find a way to get one tonight. Go Beavs.
All right, thanks, Wayne. Wayne Tinkle, guys.
What a great man. And he gave that to you, Jimmy. You got to toughen him up, and you like the sound of it. I know you do. Now the Beaver defense going to work against the Houston Cougars, a 3-0 team under a dual-threat quarterback, former 5-star recruit, began his career at Texas A&M. Connor Weigman in shotgun from the left hash, gives it to Dean Connors running left. Dean picks up a couple of yards, and they're going to give him 4 out to the 18. Connors is a good, hard running back, Jimmy, isn't he?
Tough guy.
Yeah, he's 6 foot, 206 pounds.
He's a transfer from Rice, and his numbers are, he had over 1,600 yards rushing, over 900 yards receiving, and 22 touchdowns.
No score, 2nd and 6. The Beavers got into Cougar territory, then punted. 2nd and 6 for Weigman out of the gun. Pressure comes, and the pass is incomplete. The Beavers getting a blitz up the middle. Aiden Sullivan coming hard, and Weigman had to deliver it under duress, intended for Amari Thomas. Incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
Well, the running back went motion, so there was nobody home, and Aiden Sullivan had a clear run at Connor Weigman, got there in a hurry and made him get rid of it.
AC Green's got that chainsaw fired up for the Beavers. 3rd down and 6 for Houston, and it's for a series at the 18. The students throwing down the noise. Weigman backs up out of shotgun. Pressure comes, and the Beavers get home with a sack. Jacob Schuster and Aiden Sullivan. Sullivan again with a pressure. Schuster gets him to the turf, and it's the Beavers' 4th sack in the last 3 weeks. That takes the football back to the 13-yard line and leaves the Cougars with a 4th and 11.
Liam Doherty is the punter. He's left-footed. Australian rules guy. Boy, he had some long punts in warm-ups. I mean, some long ones.
As did the Beavers' A.J. Windsor last week, a record-setting day down in Eugene in terms of average per punt. The left-footed kicker gets a low-line drive away. Trent Walker takes it on the run, comes up the middle, and will have a return into Houston territory to the 45-yard line. Good start for the Beavers. Good field position, Jimmy.
The good thing that Walker did was not his 7 or 8 yard return. It was catching the ball. If that ball, it was a short punt. And he ran up, made a catch, but if he lets that roll, it could cost him. The difference could be 30 yards. Right. The 20 it rolls and the 10 you got on the return.
Very intelligent play on Trent Walker's part. The Beavers with a 3-and-out, Jim. A good pressure on 2nd down, a sack on 3rd down.
No, everything looks good. You can tell that this is not Texas Tech. This is not Oregon. Oregon State at the line of scrimmage is winning the line of scrimmage right now at this point.
1st and 10 for the Beavers at the 45 of Houston. No score. 9:49 to go in the quarter. Maalik Murphy comes under center. An offset eye with Jake Reichel in front of Hankerson. Play action fake. To throw is Maalik. He's got time and takes a shot for David Wells. Wells in a bit of a hand fight, incomplete. And good coverage on the part of Houston. Zelmar Vetter, the corner, and he got up and let the fans know just how good that coverage was. I think it's a good no call here. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I just thought Wells at some point needed to disengage and make a play on the ball. If he does, then and he gets impeded, now you've got something. But he never really did. And so it was really kind of hard to say that our guy was going to catch the ball when he never really did make it an attempt to catch the ball.
That's a good point. 2nd down and 10 for the Beavers at the Houston 45. Maalik Murphy in shotgun, gives it to Hankerson running right. Hank hit in the backfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Eddie Walls III on the stop. He is their most dynamic player defensively, and in fact they marked it at the 46, a loss of 1. So 3rd down and 11, and Jimmy, the Beavers were here in this territory moments ago, 3rd and 12, and came up empty.
Down in distance. You know, the first down, obviously you took a shot. Actually, I thought on that play that Trent Walker might have been open. A pretty good gain down there, but he was more in the middle of the field.
Bryce Caulfield to the boundary, flexed inside of Trent Walker. Kaz Reddick's inside of David Wells Jr. to the left, the field side. Out of shotgun, Murphy rolls right. Murphy releases for Anthony Hankerson, incomplete on the sideline. And it's 4th down and 11. There is a penalty flag
I think
down.
It's going to be a sideline deal, to be honest with you.
On Houston?
Either that because of where it came from. That would just be a warning. I think Oregon State might get called for illegal lineman downfield.
Yeah,
that ball
there are flags on both sides of the field.
Yeah, the ball was clearly thrown past the line of scrimmage, and there was clearly linemen, 2 or 3 linemen that were down the field. I think that's going to be the call.
Here comes the white hat. He introduced himself to the captains earlier, Cravon Barrett, and we'll hear Cravon's voice right about now.
Ineligible receiver downfield, offense, number 78. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
And the Beavers this time will send the full punting unit out with A.J. Windsor off a record-setting day. Let's send it down to Ron Callan.
I was talking to Cravon right before the coin toss, and he says, hey, it's nice to be back. I used to be in the Pac-12, and this coming to Corvallis. Great to be here.
I thought the name was familiar. Thank you for that. Makai Muse, a dangerous returner, awaiting the kick from A.J. Windsor. Will Haberland is the long snapper, with Windsor with the rush coming, getting the kick away in a hurry, and does a nice job with it. A fair catch called for and made by Makai Muse at the 12. That's really excellent work on the part of Houston's defense, Jim, because the Beavers began that drive at the Cougar 45 and went backwards. And that's 2 penetrations of Cougar territory, and the Beavers come up empty. Timeout on the field, 8:49 to go in the first quarter. Houston nothing, the Beavers nothing. Back after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Pacific Office Automation is an official sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Beaver Nation has been submitting their community hero stories, and today we want to recognize Richard Wright. Richard is out there making sure our community has power. Linemen rarely get the recognition they deserve for their hard work and dedication, and Richard goes even further by supporting the Boys and Girls Club Albany Christmas Tree Auction each year to raise money for local youth. Thank you, Richard. From First Interstate Bank, proud sponsor of Beaver Athletics.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Tonight's game sponsor is Beavs Mobile, the proud sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Only one wireless service is built for Beaver Nation. Visit beavsmobile.com and make the switch. Well, we stay with a hoops theme. Why not? We had Wayne Tinkle on, and now the great AC Green on the field with Ron Callan.
AC, welcome back to Corvallis. Great to see you. Talk a little bit about your ability with the big chainsaw tonight.
Oh, that was a life-changing experience, you know. You got to get that thing working. Got to give it a couple good yanks. The next thing you know, it's history. But it was fun. It was fun getting everybody lit up in here, and this is exciting.
Wayne Tinkle's teams, he's had some great years. He's got a lot of new guys, but it seems like they're on track to be a contender again in this WCC.
Yeah, and that's what we want. That's what we're looking forward to. This, competitive basketball. He's ready to deliver on that. So it should be a lot of fun and excitement. We had a chance to watch the team over this last month a couple different times, and I like what I'm seeing thus far. They're just getting started now.
Real quick, tell everybody what you're up to nowadays, and how often you get back to Corvallis to watch these teams.
Well, I never get back enough as I would like personally, but it's fun getting a chance to be back and around here. I still broadcast with our Los Angeles Lakers team, work with them all the time. And it's just fun, just enjoying life, raising families, and just making good things.
Appreciate the time, AC. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Go Beavs.
All right.
Well, what an honor to have one of the all-time greats. Great man, great player. Ambassador for the Beavers, AC Green. No score early. Connor Weigman again pressured.
Oregon State Beavers try to disguise at the line of scrimmage, making it look like cover 2 zone. They rotate into man-to-man. The man was open. That was not the wrong person to throw to. Connor Weigman.
We'll get back to chainsaw turnover. Turnover chainsaw, I should say. AC fired up. Trey Glasper with the interception around the 30 and takes it all the way to the Cougars 6.
And, Mike, there might even be a penalty at the very end. As you got to look up at the replay, a Cougar out of bounds, I thought, well, perhaps, I thought he led with his head. It wasn't as violent as I thought. The secondary, Mike, is Glasper and Cy Vendrawale, and then Conrad Hussey is in the lineup. Jaleel Tucker, I think, is unavailable today, and so that's one of the things that the Beavers are working around, and they get the first big break of the game. And it looks like Volton may be in the game right now, Mike, as I saw Nathan Elu run off. I'm not sure. We'll have to double check. Yes, Volton is in.
The first turnover that the Cougars have committed this season after the 3-0 start. They marked it at the 7 left hash after the pick by Trey Glasper. The Beavers on first down and goal. A throw to Caulfield in the left flat. Caulfield trying to get it over the pylon. Held the ball out and is knocked out around the 1.5, I would say. It'll be second down and goal for the Beavs. They're going to set it right down at the 2-yard line where the Beavers try to take advantage of the excellent field position created on the takeaway by Trey Glasper. I see it, Jim, and they set it at the 2, then he put it at the 3. Now he hikes it through his legs and does set it down to the 2 after all.
And he must have stepped out of bounds then at the 2, Mike, because his reach was darn near a touchdown.
The Beavers go out of the I formation. Second and goal from the 2, 8:20 to go in the first quarter. No score. The Beavers trying to change that. Maalik Murphy under center. Van Wells, Reichel, and Hankerson in the I formation. And the Beavers take a timeout. Thanks to the interception, they begin after their pick and return by Trey Glasper in the McDonald's red zone. When the Beavs enter the red zone, you should enter to win right now. Make sure you go to osubeavers.com/dreamyear for your chance to win $10,000 in Beaver experiences. Second and goal for the Beavers at the 2 coming up in this scoreless affair. Let's go below to Ron Callan.
Trent Gray was in an all-out sprint to call the timeout, guys. I mean, he got the 10. He got their notice, and that's why we've got a timeout going on right now.
I think, Mike, this is all about the spotting of the football. You take another look at, if he did not step out of bounds, he reached that ball forward inside the 1, and lo and behold, looky here.
Yeah.
If he doesn't call a timeout, Mike, they run that play from the 2.
That's exactly right, and we've seen this ball moved from the 2 to the 3, and now inside the 1.
To the 2.
Yeah, to the 2.
And now at the half-yard line, where I believe it should have been. He reached without forward motion yet and got that ball darn near the goal line.
Second and goal inside the 1, I formation. Reichel in front of Hankerson. Maalik Murphy under center. Gives it to Reichel. Right. Turns and churns the legs, and Jake Reichel is in. Touchdown Beavers. Jake Reichel's second. And the Beavers, for the first time in 2025, score first and have the lead 6-0.
That was not because of the push on the offensive line. That was because Jake Reichel refused. to go down and to refuse to stop, and scored that touchdown essentially on his own.
Tremendous work by Jake Reichel, who's had 2 good runs tonight. This one for a touchdown. The Beavers looking for the PAT to go up 7-0. The snap down and clean. The hold from Windsor clean. The kick good by Caleb Ojeda. And it is a joyous thing to say, Mirabile Dictu. The Beavers with the initial lead. 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Trey Glasper with the interception. The Beavers set up shop at the 7 and take it in. The PAT from Caleb Ojeda with that good kick. The Good Hands team at Allstate contributes to the Oregon State Athletics General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate. The Beavers 7, Houston 0. Back with 8:12 to go in the first quarter to Reser Stadium after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Escape debris burning is the #1 cause of wildfires. The safest time to burn is during the cold and rainy football season. You have the home field advantage when you get permission to burn from your local fire agency first. Know the weather forecast. Kick off your burn early in the day when humidity is high and winds are calm. Your burn pile shouldn't be bigger than 4 feet tall and 4 feet wide. Clear a 10-foot radius of dirt around the pile for safety. Always have water and a shovel on hand. Don't fumble by leaving a burn pile unattended. Completely extinguish the fire before calling it a day. Learn more about wildfire prevention at keeporegongreen.org.
Captains, let's go. Let's go. Beaver football is on the air. On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Go Beavs. Hey, Beaver Nation. Here at Mr. Plywood, we know what it means to build. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Mr. Plywood goes beyond building decks, storage sheds, and fences. We help build the community. We offer family-style customer service with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help you with your next project. If you need hardwoods, plywood, fasteners, or help planning your next project, come down and pay us a visit. We would love to help you on your next project.
Hey, Beaver Nation! Looking to bring your brand to life? Infinity Images has the solutions to transform your ideas into 3D visual experiences. From large-scale digital printing to custom fabrication to installation and delivery, Infinity Images has the state-of-the-art equipment and a team of experts who can deliver. If you can think of it, we can build it. Visit InfinityImages.com to learn more. InfinityImages.com.
Lauren Rummel, an OSU volleyball player, throwing incomplete on a play down in the field. I think Benny Beaver should be called for face guarding, and they should run the play again. But a good look from Lauren Rummel and the OSU volleyball team, off to a tremendous start this year under Lindsey Bohonic. A little past 8 o'clock, the Beavers 7, Houston 0. 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Before we do anything else, let's pause now for station identification for 10 seconds. This is Beaver football from Learfield. Big Jim Wilson, our Holt Ag Solutions scoring drive summary. 2 plays, 7 yards. Set up by the Trey Glasper interception and return. Holt Ag Solutions, grow bold with the straightforward and dependable tractors from Holt Ag Solutions. 8:12 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Beavers.
It feels good to be in front, Mike, but what feels better, I think, is just how Oregon State's defense has looked against the Houston offense. Pressure on every play, held Connors to 3 or 4 on that first inside plunge. And then on offense, that you can tell that they can get some space. They can run their offense.
Caleb Ojeda, fresh off the PAT to put the Beavers up 7-0. And the students in a pretty loud din here early. They've come out for the first time this year in these kind of numbers, nearly 9,000 of them. Ojeda gets his kick away. Makai Muse, a dangerous returner, takes the ball at the 8, comes up the middle, crosses the 25-yard line, and will go down at about the 28. I want to get Ron's feel about a breeze. It is right now. Has the breeze come up enough, Ron, that affected Ojeda's kick at all? Can
Not
you
at
tell?
all.
Okay,
Not at all.
Gotcha. Ojeda kicked the ball well in Eugene. This one is taken at the 8, return to the 28, 20-yard return from Makai Muse. And now the Houston Cougars go to work First and 10 at their 28-yard line, trailing 7-0.
2 tight ends in the game. Both of them now come inside.
They work out of the pistol with Dean Connors, the running back. On first down, it's Connors going left, and getting low is Jaheim Patterson to spill Connors across the 30 to the 32. Gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
The tight end, one of the I mentioned, number 9 is the guy to keep your eye on. He's 6'7", Tanner Koziel. He's their best receiver.
He caught 94 balls last
94.
year. 94. That's big for anybody. A tight end at Ball State a year ago. He's lined up at the right side. Out of the pistol, a handoff to Connors. Good cut back. And Dexter Foster gets him down short of the first down at the 36. Good recovery by Dexter. And Houston with a 3rd down and 2 with the Beavers leading 7-0.
Nice cut by Connors.
Yeah.
At Rice, in his years there, he had over 1,600 yards rushing, 16 rushing touchdowns. He's a tackle-to-tackle guy.
3rd and 2 for the Cougars. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Beavers. A toss to the left to Connors. He gets the first down and is brought down by Aiden Sullivan on the Beaver sideline across the way out to the 43. A gain of 7. Houston picks up its first down, trailing the Beavs 7-0. 1st and 10 at their own 43.
And he can run outside as well as Weigman just got the ball and give that little baby toss to Connors, and Connors got the edge.
Trey Glasper with an interception on Houston's last series, the first of the true freshman's career, playing off here to the near of the right sideline. An RPO, and Weigman, who can really run, is going to tuck it and run. Penalty flag comes out. He's knocked out of bounds by Shamar Meikle at the Houston 47. A pickup of 3, but the flag thrown in the vicinity that would indicate a hold against Houston, Jimmy.
Yeah, somebody on that right edge, I believe, could be the big guy.
Holding. Offense. Number 87. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's one of the tight ends, Luke McGarry, called for the hold.
Yeah, definitely holding on to Takari Hickle.
The Beavers actually, Jimmy, did an okay. I mean, Shamar Meikle recovered to keep that a modest gain for Weigman. That's nullified by the hold.
I was surprised that that was a gain of 3 when Weigman had really the whole right side of the field.
Football taken back to the Cougar 34-yard line. They need to get into Beaver territory to the 46 for the first down. Pressure comes and the pass is incomplete. Weigman again having to throw it under duress. Tyjee Hill and Shamar Meikle. And boy, Jimmy, the Beavers have really dialed up some pressures in this one early. An incomplete pass, and Connor Weigman looking at 2nd down and 20 for the first down.
And that was with 4. I mean, that's a 4-man rush right there. Meikle was one of the 4. But all the 4 guys that are on the line of scrimmage, that's all the Beavers brought.
2nd and 20 for the Cougs. The Beavers leading 7-0, 6:13 to go in the first quarter. Koziel in motion. Their big-time tight end settles in at a wing to the left. On 2nd and long, they run inside, and the Beavers are right there with Shamar Meikle. An ankle tackle on Stacy Sneed, his first carry. He loses a couple of yards to the 31, a loss of nearly 3. 3rd down and 23 for the Cougars. The Beavers are dealing defensively here early.
Yeah, Meikle is really starting to make a name for himself, making plays inside and outside. Maybe either a screen pass here or something to that big tight end, number 9.
Meikle a career high in tackles last week. An outside flanker screen is caught by Connors, turns it up the seam, but the Beavers get him down at the 37-yard line. Aiden Sullivan and Jaheim Patterson. Sullivan also was active last week in Eugene and is off to a good start tonight. And Houston, well short of the first down, will bring the punting unit on. 4th down and 17.
A safe call by Houston. They had trips to the right. They motioned their back Connors out to the right, threw it in behind there. And Oregon State did a nice job of holding it to a smaller gain.
Liam Doherty with a high end-over-end kick, but not particularly deep. Walker can't quite get to it. Now he does on a bounce and brings it up the right sideline. Run out of bounds near the Oregon State 30, but a pretty good job again by Walker to at least make sure it didn't bounce again.
A great job. This ball was shanked off the left footer's foot, and so as Walker's going over there saying, I can't get to it, but he closed distance. He made it so that if it bounced, he picked it up on the bounce. And again, he didn't get much, but he eliminated whatever role the kicker would have got.
Save time and shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, your exclusive grocery partner of Oregon State Athletics. 7-0 Beavers, 5:03 to go in the first quarter from the right hash on first down. Handed off on a nice run over the left side goes
Hatcher.
Cornell Hatcher Jr. And a nice hole again. The Beavers, Jimmy, are creating some space. It's not a huge gain, but he does pick up about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Cornell Hatcher Jr. Salah Allah not available tonight. Hatcher remains in with Maalik Murphy on 2nd and 6 for the Beavers, who lead it 7-0. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Hatcher takes it to the outside, spins his way out towards the 40-yard line, knocked down at the 39, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd down and 1. Let's go below to Ron Callan.
You talked about the fans, the students, and how excited they are. This bench is so hyped up compared to the past couple of weeks, guys. I mean, these guys are excited. They've got the lead. They're playing well. They're feeling good.
Tyler Morano in the game.
Tyler Volton is as well. That's great to see Big Tyler in. Murphy will sneak it, and Maalik will get the first down across
Did he fumble?
40. He did. The ball did come out near the end. Houston is signifying that they have the ball. I don't like the look of it, Jim.
I thought it came out early, to be honest with you.
We haven't seen the officials as the players unpile. We haven't seen a signal yet. Right now, Maalik had first down yardage, but the officials are getting the bodies unpiled. I think Murphy might have been able to get back on his own loose ball.
Give a signal.
There's a player down, and there's a wrestling match going on for the football. And it is Beaver football. Cornell Hatcher Jr. ended up with it. Now, whether this gets looked at again or not, I don't know. But Maalik Murphy on the quarterback sneak was a little bit high, wasn't he, Jimmy? He was high. He got the first down to the 41, but he didn't really get down, and he kind of backpedaled and lost the ball on his way down.
I think he was using one of his arms to kind of push forward and just one hand on the football. And you get in there, man, you better have 2 on the ball.
7-0 Beavers, 3.5 to go in the first quarter. The first down stands. Oregon State at its own 41.
I don't like it.
They are going to review it for possession. Is that what you think's happening here?
Why else are they stopping play here?
Okay, well, it looks like they're bringing the replay mechanism out to the field. The
previous play of a fumble and recovery is under further review.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Now, Jimmy, is that one of those moments where you say, hey, have a hot play. If you think there's any doubt, then run your play. Don't let them get to the point of having the opportunity to get the replay undertaken. You've made that you feel like there should be a hot signal or something to that effect, Jim?
I do, but I'm trying to watch the play. I don't think there's anything that can show you who recovered it, and if at the end of the day Cornell Hatcher recovered it, I don't see anything that's going to overturn that. But, Mike, I know exactly what you're talking about. Hey, that play might get reviewed. You just get up there and you hike the ball.
Right.
And it's like play number 1. Maybe you have 3. Play number 1, whatever it is.
Whatever the hot signal is to go now.
Yeah,
get the ball snapped before they have a chance to undertake a review like they're doing now.
Because it's critical, right? Yeah. It's a turnover if it goes the other way.
And the white hat comes out very quickly from the hood.
The ruling on the field is upheld. First down, Oregon State.
Good job by the white hat and the whole crew. That close shave instant replay was brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave? Choose Barbasol, a quality shave and trusted value.
A couple of personnel guys here. Eddie Freehoff in the game as a wideout. He comes out to the left with Trent Walker, and Tyler Volton is still at the game at right guard.
Really good to see Big Tyler back. The Beavers with the 1st and 10 upheld at their own 41, leading 7-0. On first down, it's Cornell Hatcher Jr. running left, and Cornell pushing the pile, running hard to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4. But, Jimmy, I like the way Cornell is kind of slashing in here early. 5'11", 214-pound redshirt freshman. And he's run hard. He hasn't been easy to get down to the turf.
After contact, he's still driving and getting yards. I mean, it's not like he's turning, a 2-yard gain into a 12-yard gain, but he is turning, 3 yards contact into 4 or 5.
2nd down and 6 for the Beavers at their own 45, leading 7-0 with 2.5 to go in the first quarter from the left hash mark. Jabari Johnson in the game, and on a design quarterback run, Jabari spins his way to midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. He's 2 yards shy of the first down. He gained 4. It'll be 3rd down and 2. A good zone read play from Jabari, and a nice little dimension, Jimmy, that Jabari Johnson brings.
Yeah, and the thing about Jabari, yeah, he got whatever 4 or 5 on a play, but on any occasion he may go for the distance.
Maalik Murphy back in on 3rd down and 2. The Beavers at their own 49, leading 7-0 late in the first quarter. The play clock is down to 10. And now, after a quick look to the sideline, a give to Anthony Hankerson, and Hank picks up the first down into Houston territory to the 49-yard line. The Beavers used a little deception, Jimmy, on turning and looking at the sideline, and then quickly coming back, snapping the ball, and giving it to Hankerson for the first down.
And Hank found a good little lane. I thought he was trying to go to the right, and then in the beginning, and then ended up going over to the left where there was a little more running room.
1:25 to go in the first quarter. The Beavers leading 7-0. Their 3rd penetration of Cougar territory. 1 score to show for it after the interception by Glasper in the 7-yard scoring drive. First down, play action boot. Maalik Murphy throws. He had on a wheel route, he had Hankerson, but instead he gets it to Bryce Caulfield. Caulfield the catch down the left sideline, turns it inside the 20. Down to the Houston 18-yard line. Jimmy, I don't know if you saw what I saw. Do you hear what I hear? Yeah, I hear a lot of noise from the students. It's a big play. But I thought he had his choice of either Hankerson or Caulfield there.
Or Walker in the right flat. I looked over, Walker's open, and whoa, boy, Hankerson's wide open. Well, he's thrown it to Caulfield. But then he got the use of Hankerson as the blocker.
Big gain for the Beavers. 1st and 10 at the Houston 18. Down to 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Give it to Hank running left, and Hankerson gets down on what will be the final play perhaps of this first quarter to the 16-yard line. The Beavers leading 7-0. And I think the Bees are just going to let this thing run down, and we'll go to the second quarter. A strong first quarter for the Beavs. We'll have the opportunity to meet our OCCU junior broadcaster when we return. At the end of 1, the Beavers 7, Houston 0. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's game's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight. The official fan club of your favorite pet, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, is Benny's Buddies member Bordeaux, a kitten from Portland. This kitten loves to run around his house chasing the laser pointer. Sign your pet up today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter. And Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
Today we're going to talk about deep breathing, something we all need to do more of, especially when you're getting ready to call your health plan and deal with one of those automated phone trees. You know how it feels to get into an endless phone loop when you just have a simple question that could take 2 minutes or less, and then pretty soon, you've lost your zen.
Shouldn't your health plan help you reduce stress? That's why you'll talk to a real person when you choose Pacific Source Health Plans.
Tranquility.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
One quarter in the books on this beautiful Friday night of the Mid-Valley at Reser Stadium. The Beavers 7, Houston 0. The Beavers will have a 2nd and 7 at the Cougar 15 when the second quarter gets underway. It is a pleasure to welcome this week's OCCU junior broadcaster into the booth here at Reser Stadium. I want to find out who this young man is. He's got a beautiful family. His mom, Mackenzie, is here.
Yeah.
And you said your daughter's name?
Her name's Evelyn.
And that's your sister?
Yeah.
Evelyn. And what's your name, young man?
My name is William.
And what's your last name?
Benedict.
William Benedict. Your mom's Mackenzie. You have your beautiful sister here. Mm-hmm. What's the name of the school you go to?
I go to Laketown Academy for school.
What town is that in? Where are you from? What's your hometown?
My hometown is Lebanon.
Lebanon, Oregon. Mm-hmm. That's a great town. And what kind of things do you like to play? What's your favorite sport to play?
My favorite sport is soccer.
And how about a game you like to play?
My favorite game is Minecraft.
Okay, and we're going to let you go here in a moment. I hope your favorite team. Do you like the Beavers? Are they your favorite team?
Yeah, they're my favorite Beaver.
Okay, well, William, you've done a great job. I'm going to give you a chance to say on the count of 3, I want to hear you say go Bees, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Go Beavs!
Beautiful. William, it is great to meet you. Thanks for coming in here. Have a great time the rest of the game and help cheer on those Beavers, and good luck this year as a second grader at Laketown Academy in Lebanon. It is wonderful to meet all of you. Hand that thing back to this big guy right here, Big Jim Wilson. Thanks a lot, buddy. Hey, give me here. Come over here. Let's get a picture. The OCCU junior broadcaster will get the whole family in as we get ready for the second quarter here at Reser Stadium. Thanks a lot, you guys. Great to meet you. Bye, honey. Our OCCU junior broadcaster, we hope that you'll get your youngsters signed up. Come visit the OCCU Family Zone on game days. Kids can win prizes and participate in fun activities during the game. OCCU, a proud sponsor of Oregon State Athletics.
Mike, he was a little younger than normal.
He did an excellent job. He showed poise. Now, Jimmy, the Beavers had a good first quarter last week. This one was better. They lead 7-0 going to the second quarter and a chance to add on.
Yeah, they're in the red zone here, Mike. 2nd down and 7, and what? Just talking to some folks while you were busy, they're just the idea that there's some running lanes, guys are open, and when the other team has the ball, wow, the defense is flying around.
Maalik Murphy will go empty, 5 wides from the left hash, moving towards the south end zone, and a quarterback draw. Maalik to the 5, hit hard down around the 4. He has the first down. They'll mark it at the 6. 1st and goal to go Beavers. Jim, you've been looking for and calling for Maalik as a runner. Quarterback draw, design play, 1st down Beavers.
A good run, a physical run, and a good finish. And I'm pinching myself over here because you add that element, Mike, to the Beaver offense, and that's going to be a big deal.
7-0 Beavers early in the second quarter, trying to go up 2 scores, and they work out of shotgun from the 6 right hash with Hankerson the runner. Hank trying to pick his way, and he's drilled down. A loss of a half yard on the play. Kentrell Webb on the tackle. 2nd down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, there was nothing there.
No.
I will say that. I thought maybe as he was getting the ball going from right to left, if he saw that roadblock, maybe just took a sharp right and done the best he could, but there was nothing there. Credit Houston for plugging that hole.
2nd and goal from the 6 at the right hash. David Wells Jr. wide to the field side. A bunch to the right with Freoff, Walker, and Caulfield.
Crosby in the backfield.
Marquise Crosby swings into the left flat and gets
goodness.
the pass, and he's uncovered wide open to the 5 and in. Touchdown Beavers. And with 13:43 to go in the first half, the Beavers 13, Houston nothing.
You get the idea that Crosby is the Beavers' receiving running back. He's been in the game twice now and caught passes on both occasions for positive yardage. This one for positive yardage and a touchdown. Good call, good execution, good pass, good catch, good drive.
The Beavers with a 2-score lead now trying to add the PAT again. The snap down on the pass from center from Will Haverland. The PAT driven through by Caleb Ojeda. Boy, does it feel good on this Friday night. The Beavers lead 14-0 rather than it be the other way around as we've seen in recent games. The Beavers with a 2-touchdown advantage. Another good kick delivered by Caleb Ojeda. The Good Hands team at Allstate will once again contribute to the OSU Athletics General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate, and the Beavers for the 2nd time cash in the McDonald's Red Zone. Good things happening on this beautiful Friday night in Corvallis. 13:43 to go in the first half. The Beavers 14, Houston nothing. Back with the Beaver kickoff on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
It's the little things that make us the happiest. The thermometer finally reading sweater weather. Your jack-o'-lantern somehow surviving all the way through the season. That email finding you cozy. That subtle hit of pumpkin and fall spice in your McCafe cup. Try our sweet fall drinks like pumpkin spice lattes, caramel frappes, and more at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
The Beavers 14, Houston nothing. 13:43 to go in the first half. Time for our Holt Ag Solutions scoring drive summary. 11 plays, 70 yards. Really nice mix of action on the drive. And the drive culminates on the swing pass to Marquise Crosby from Maalik Murphy. Marquise's first touchdown as an Oregon State Beaver. The point after try added by Caleb Ojeda. Marquise, by the way, a redshirt senior and a transfer from La Tech, where he was a very productive player there. From Hattiesburg, Mississippi, makes his first big mark as a Beaver with the receiving touchdown delivered by Maalik Murphy from 5 yards out. 14-0 Beavers. That's your Holt Ag Solutions scoring drive summary. Holt Ag Solutions, grow bold with the straightforward and dependable tractors from Holt Ag Solutions. Let's send it down to Ron Talon.
Guys, the student section now has gone past the Oregon State band. I mean, I think some late arrivals, they have pushed her closer to 9,500 to 10,000. Who knows?
That's tremendous. Makai Muse will take the kick about a yard deep. He's a dangerous returner. They've got a left return on, and they've got a seam, and Muse has a chance. A penalty flag comes out, and another one with Muse getting into Beaver territory to the Oregon State 46. A big return, but a couple of flags on the field, and I think it'll come back, and that's a big break for the Bees because Muse hit that one, Jimmy, pretty well. Here's the call from the White Hat. Cravon Barrett.
Doing a return, holding, receiving team, number 33, 10-yard penalty, first down.
They've moved that flag now, Mike, all the way to the 28-yard line, so that's going to run that thing back around the 14 or the 13-yard line. And Mike, I mean, I'm just anxious for some. I want a touchback. I want to, because they'll take it 2 or 3 yards deep if they feel like, hey, you know, we can make a return against this unit.
The penalty yardage is assessed and takes the football back to the 15. Now, the Beavers have been flying around defensively. They have a pick from Trey Glasper that set up their first score, and they hope to keep the pressure on Connor Weigman and this Houston offense. Houston committed its first turnover on the season on that pick by Glasper. Clean through 3 games. Now they're 1st and 10 at their 15. A toss to Connors running right. Connors hit low, drives through the initial attempt by Foster, and gets to the 21-yard line, a gain of 6. Connors is a tough runner because Dexter got him pretty low, but he ran through it.
Yeah, he ran. Yeah, he was going to go down, but he ran through it, so they got another 3 yards after contact. A strong run by Connors. It wasn't bad defense by Oregon State, just a really good run.
He marked it at the 20. 2nd down and 5 for Houston, down 2 scores. Houston coming in having defeated Stephen F. Austin 27-0, Rice 35-9, Colorado in Houston 36-20. Down 2 scores here. They go on the ground, and a big hit from Jaheim Patterson, and then gets help from Dexter Foster and Aiden Sullivan short of the first down on a run by Andre Thomas on a fly sweep type play that had pretty good action building, it looked like, but up came Peterson to deliver a big hit at the 22, leaving Houston with a 3rd and 2.
Closer to, long two anyway.
It is a long two. The Beavers again trying to get off the field on a 3 and out. They have a sack, they have a pick. Now looking to get off the field on 3rd down and short. Connor Weigman looks to his left, comes back, and the pass almost intercepted, but then caught for a 1st down by the great tight end Koziel when the ball was nearly picked by Walker Harris. He jumped the route. I thought he had both hands in front of the ball, and Koziel kind of stole it away from him. Good play by the big tight end, 1st down Houston. And they go at tempo and run. Connors running hard across the 40 out to the 43, a gain of 5. Good play by Koziel. Did you see, Jimmy? I thought Walker Harris was breaking on the ball to pick it.
Walker Harris was right there. He had his right hand, and that's it. Koziel had 2 hands.
Yeah.
Koziel caught the ball and kind of ripped the ball from Walker Harris and got a big 3rd down conversion. Added some yards after the catch, but a big catch.
The Beavers taking a little time getting their personnel off the field, with Houston wanting to go quickly out of the pistol on 2nd and 5. 14-0 Beavers early in the 2nd quarter. A toss to the left to Connors. Jaheim Patterson comes up again and unloads with a great tackle for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Boy, Jaheim's flying, Jimmy.
Yeah, this defense is flying around, and I mentioned off air, Mike, a little bit ago to you. It reminds me of 20, 22, 23 with Trent Bray-led defense. Guys just flying around.
Chainsaws active again. 14-0 Beavers. 3rd down and 5 for Houston at its 43. Connor Weigman out of shotgun, the ball in the middle of the field. Weigman to throw and gets it out to the sideline, and a good catch made for a 1st down right at midfield by a very dangerous receiver. That's Tanner Koziel, 6'7", 250. That was just a good pitch and catch. Skylar Thomas's coverage, Jimmy, was solid, but a good delivery from Weigman to his favorite target.
Perfect pass. There's no question. That pass was where it needed to be because, as you mentioned, Skylar Thomas was in good position.
Cy Vindra-Wally matched up against Amari Thomas to the boundary here on the near side. Out of I formation, play action fake. Weigman to throw. Now he tucks, starts to run, comes back to Connors on a check down, and Connors makes the catch for a 1st down to the Oregon State 37-yard line, a gain of 13. That's where Weigman can be dangerous, Jimmy, because he just kind of improvised that play and sidearmed the football by Dexter Foster. Good play by Weigman.
Yeah, it turned into a little bit of a street football thing as Weigman got out of the pocket. He made the Beavers believe he was going to run it and then ended up hitting Connors.
Nico Taylor and Thomas Collins set up on the edges. Collins left. Nico shifts closer to the interior on 1st down. Handoff to Connors. Connors takes it over the right side. Hit by Shamar. Meikle falls forward to the Oregon State 34. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. 9.5 to go in the half. 14-0 Beavers. Let's send it down to Ron.
Hey, guys, Morano, wearing number 86. He was with the tight ends listening to Coach Heck. And now he's moved over, even though he's still wearing number 86, he's listening to Coach Cav in their huddle. So he's got full-time job tonight.
Andy Alfieri is part of the Beavers defensive package now, Jimmy, alongside of Dexter Foster. Haven't seen Aiden Sullivan in this sequence. On 2nd down, a big hitter and a 1st down into the secondary. Skylar Thomas able to wrestle down DJ Butler, but that was the best hit at the line of scrimmage tonight for the Cougars, and they're on a good drive. 1st and 10 at the Beaver 23.
Oregon State really needs to win a 1st down and then get Houston off of their pace because their running game does show signs of life.
They work out of the pistol from the right hash, and again it's Butler, and Butler takes it over the right side inside the Beaver 20 to the 19-yard line, gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
Got a slow Houston Cougar to get up. But
it's the tight end, Koziel, and he is hobbling a little bit. That would be a significant loss if Koziel has to come out, and I think he will come out here. Luke McGarry coming in. Koziel looking over to the sideline, and he's hurting a little bit. Is he going to come off or stay? He's staying. Tough kid, and a talented kid at that. 2nd down and 7 from the Beaver 19. 14-0 Beavers, 8 minutes to go in the half. Koziel lines up on an offset eye. Weigman to throw, incomplete. He had Luke McGarry wide open, and Weigman with a little bit of a squeeze coming on him in the pocket. Threw maybe earlier than he wanted to. McGarry was open, incomplete. 3rd down and 6 coming.
Whereas Koziel is Weigman's #1 target. McGarry doesn't get many. He's got 3 catches on a year. And he's probably upset he didn't get his 4th right there because he was wide open.
The Beavers trying to hold Houston to a 3 spot here. 3rd down and 6 from the Oregon State 19. 14-0 Beavs, under 8 to go in the half from the right hash. The Beavers showing pressure, and they are bringing it. Connor Weigman gets rid of it to the sideline, caught for the 1st down, turning it back inside the 5 and down to the 3 goes Stephon Johnson. It'll be 1st and goal to go from the 3-yard line coming up. They're going to set it closer to the 2. Jimmy, the Beavers paid a price by that all-out blitz, and a good job by Weigman to get it to a vacant spot.
Yeah, what he did is he took the ball from the shotgun position behind center, but he saw the pressure, and he got out there probably to about a tackle pocket and unloaded that ball in the flat.
An I formation deployed with Connors, the deep back, McGarry in motion. Hand to Connors over the left side. A penalty flag comes out. Connors pushes his way to inside the 1-yard line, but there is a flag thrown from the back judge. It's either 2nd and goal, but we'll see now what the penalty's all about.
It came from the back.
Yeah, it did.
Field is 2nd down.
Yeah, we see that. There's no touchdown. It's either side. I'm not sure what the flag is for, though. And it did come from the back judge. The White Hat still discussing it with his partners.
Nobody's moving, though.
Now here comes Cravon with the call.
Illegal substitution. Defense. More than 11 players on the field. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Well, so it's 1st and goal from the 1. 14-0 Beavers. 7:12 to go in this 1st half. Houston on the doorstep of scoring for the 1st time, with Connor Weigman coming under center. Just 1 wide out. Weigman sneaks and pushes his way with a penalty flag coming out.
It could be offsides, though.
No, it's a false start. Wow, that's a big-time play.
Yeah, so 1st and goal at the 6.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense. All 11 players will not snap. 4 seconds before 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's usually illegal motion is what they call that. But, Mike, that's a big penalty. You saw how sometimes it's just a 5-yard penalty right now, but then something happens, something goes crazy, and you look back and you say, gosh, we had 1st and goal at the 1. I hope that's what we're talking about here pretty soon.
1st and goal at the 6. Out of shotgun, Weigman will work from the left hash, trailing 14-0. Connors on his right hip. Koziel in motion. Connors the handoff. Connors hit by Aiden Sullivan. And a good one-on-one tackle by Sullivan, getting Connors down at the 5, a gain of 1. Connors got up frustrated because he thought he had his lane. And Sullivan with an excellent one-on-one tackle in space. Nice play by Aiden. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, he did have his lane, but he had to get by the tackle of Aiden Sullivan, who came low and hard and got that inside leg, bringing up a 2nd and goal from the 5. I think the guy to look after here is number 9, just because of the sheer height, 6'7", down near the goal line.
And he's at a slot covered by Aiden Sullivan. And indeed, Weigman looking for the great tight end. We should have pass interference, and we will against Sullivan. He just kind of was pushing out and face guarding, shoving Koziel towards the back of the end zone. An easy call, and it'll be 1st and goal after the pass interference penalty will be called on Aiden Sullivan.
You know, it's one of those things, as a fan, I know it's harder than that, but if you think to yourself, gosh, if you turn around, the ball's right to you.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. That penalty happened in the end zone. Ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic. 1st down.
Now the Beavers got the break of the penalty on 1st and goal at the 2. Now it's 1st and goal at the 1, the 5-yard penalty. Trent Bray, I don't think I'm not sure what Trent's pretty upset. He has to like what's happened for the most part in this 1st half. 6:02 to go in the half.
Oregon State, they're 2nd of the half.
Trent takes a timeout, and we have a timeout on the field. So we'll talk about what may have him so agitated when we return. 6:02 to go in the first half. The Beavers 14, Houston nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Beaver Nation, your game day starts at the OSU Beaver Store. We are your nonprofit store started by Beavs, for Beavs, and for over 100 years, we have been giving back to help OSU students succeed in the form of textbook discounts. So when you rep that hoodie or wave that flag or gift that mug, you support our nonprofit mission. Shop the campus store, Kaiser Station, or online at osubeaverstore.com. The OSU Beaver Store, where game day begins and student success takes the win. Go Beavs!
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
The Barbers are excited to continue their support of the Beavers and youth athletics throughout the region. The Barbers offer The Works, a full-service experience including a haircut, relaxing shampoo, scalp massage, and a hot lather neck shave. The Barbers understand excellent customer service and the unique grooming needs for all men. Nothing beats a true barbershop experience. Get yourself ready for game days. Book same-day appointments now online by visiting thebarbersonline.com. The Barbers, where guys go for great cuts.
Let's be real. Chips are rookie snacks. You want to be the MVP of game day? You bring the Gray's Craze Game Day board.
A football made of meat and cheese?
Yep, you heard that right. Salami, prosciutto, cheddar, and more. Because your food should play the part too. Don't fumble your spread. Order the Gray's Craze Charcuterie Game Day board today and score big with your crew.
Charcuterie what?
Charcuterie! Available at all participating Gray's Craze locations. Gray's Craze, Gray's Craze, Gray's.
Beaver football is brought to you by McDonald's, the official breakfast of the Beavers. Have your McDonald's favorites delivered right to your door with McDelivery. Mike Parker, Jim Wilson, Ron Callan back with you at Reser Stadium. 6:02 to go in the first half. The Beavers 14, Houston nothing, but a very good drive on the part of Houston has them set up first and goal at the 2. Trent Bray taking his second timeout of the half. Houston football, their first year of playing was in 1946. 130 students showed up for tryouts. Rice demolished the Cougars in the first game, but Bill Yeoman and company began to build an amazing program. 1962 to 86, they led, the Cougars did, the nation in total offense for 3 straight years. The nation running the split veer, with Yeoman introducing triple option football to the college game in 66, 67, 68, led the nation in scoring in 68, beat Tulsa 100-6 in a game, the last D1 team to score 100. They're trying to get on the board tonight against what has been a revved up Beaver defense thus far. 14-0 Beavs. Jack Pardee and John Jenkins' Houston Cougars teams could score a little too. David Klingler, 11 touchdown passes in a game against Eastern Washington. Connors throws to an unguarded Dan Connors, and a penalty flag comes out, and this will be some sort of penalty again against Houston. Connors was uncovered.
False start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. First down.
No, Jimmy, there was nobody on Connors, and I thought the penalty was going to be for that, like you're cheating. How come nobody's guarding the guy?
And I don't even know. They called it on number 85, and that was a defensive mess up that Oregon State got covered up by a foul, as Houston came out with a heavy package. A defensive lineman, number 45, was lined up in the backfield. Now they're going to spread it out a little bit.
Again, a penalty at the end zone's doorstep, takes it back to the 7-yard line. RPO, Weigman to throw over the middle, and broken up by Trey Glasper. Coming up looking for a flag is Stephon Johnson, but Glasper, who had an interception earlier, step for step with Stephon Johnson, made a play on the football at the last moment, broke it up. 2nd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, and the Houston players are saying maybe not the last moment, but it's a good play. If you're close enough to make a play on the ball, then you're probably going to be in good shape. The Beavers did a nice job of covering Koziel on that last play, number 9.
Koziel part of a trips right to the field side on 2nd and goal from the 7 for Weigman. Connor to throw, fires toward the back of the end zone, incomplete. Koziel the intended target, and Aiden Sullivan along with Skylar Thomas doing a nice job. 3rd and goal from the 7 coming up. And a penalty flag out here very late. An ineligible receiver downfield. If you're the Beavers, Jimmy, what do you do?
I think you decline the penalty, Mike. The down is too important.
Okay, you make them go here, 3rd and 7. Okay, here Trent is going to be asked about it here.
Yeah,
now.
what is it a loss of down, all that stuff? But unless it's a loss of down penalty, okay, I would decline it.
Yeah, here comes the choice delivered by Cravon.
Downfield, offense number 59. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
The center getting downfield.
Good defense by the Beavs. Again on Koziel.
Yeah, we said at Koziel, you got to know where he is. I mean, and the ball went in his direction, and there was 3 Beavers in the area.
3rd and goal from the 7, 14-0 Beavers, 5:53 to go in the first half. Houston has been at the 1-yard line twice on this drive. Now 3rd and goal from the 7. Trips to the right, the wide side of the field for Weigman out of shotgun. Pressure comes up the middle, a slant in and out of the hands of Stephon Johnson, incomplete, and then almost intercepted on the bobble by Nico Taylor. 4th and goal from the 7, and Coach Willie Fritz sends his field goal unit out.
Kind of a sort of a trade-off of penalties, as I would try to dare count how many goal-to-go situations, plays they had, probably 7 or 8. And Oregon State ends up holding Houston to a field goal attempt.
Ethan Sanchez made 5 of 6 field goals 2 weeks ago in the 36-20 win over Colorado, the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Week. Looking for one here, which would be a chip shot from 20 yards out. And Sanchez, a very good kicker, makes it from 25 yards straight away down the middle. A 25-yard field goal. And Houston is on the board. But, Jim, even after the great and long drive, and it was a long one, 17 plays, 78 yards. They got some do-overs with penalties and all of that. That's a 17-play drive, and they settle for 3.
If you're Oregon State, you kind of call it a goal line stand. At one point, it was 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And Oregon State manages to hold Houston out of the end zone, and just a huge, huge play or series in the game, being ahead 14-3 as opposed to 14-7.
It is 14-3 Beavers, 5:47 to go in the first half on a beautiful Friday night in Corvallis. Back after this on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know that Oregon potatoes are an excellent source of energy for any activity? That's why Oregon potatoes are an integral part of the Power Pack diet specifically designed for Oregon State athletics. They give them the endurance they need to train and play at their best to go the distance. So, if you want to perform at your best, make sure to add Oregon potatoes to your diet. As alumni, supporters, and growers, the Oregon Potato Commission is proud to support the Celebrate Oregon Agriculture Program and Beaver Athletics. Go Beavs!
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Really nice sight on this beautiful Friday night. A student-generated wave going through the student section, which appears to be really 9,000 to 10,000 strong. The Beavers 14, Houston 3, 5:47 to go in the first half pending the Cougars kickoff. Oregon State Athletics has simplified and enhanced the fan experience for students and all others with the OSU Beavers mobile app, presented by your local Toyota dealers. OSU Beavers Mobile, available for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download the app today. Houston, 17 plays, 78 yards, 7:47 in duration, and a 25-yard field goal from Ethan Sanchez to get the Cougars on the board. Now the Beavers getting ready to receive the kickoff. David Wells Jr. and Marquise Crosby down near the goal line in front of the Valley Football Center. And the kick is away with David Wells Jr. coming up and calling for a fair catch at near the 8-yard line. Zach Yoakum's kick. I thought that was a timeout. At times, Jimmy, we sort of, hey, should he just go ahead and settle for the touchback? I thought with a head of steam, he might have had a chance to maybe run that one back, but he takes the fair catch, and the Beavers start at the 25.
I'm going to go the other way, Mike, only because the ball was intentionally kicked short and left, and so David Wells, whatever return they had on, perhaps it was a left return, and there he was way over on the right sideline with nowhere to go. And so I loved it, actually. They tried to get him to run it out, quite frankly.
Reddick settles into the slot inside of David Wells Jr. Trent Walker in motion. And Trent, who didn't catch a ball last week, has one here in the right flat, takes it up the seam and is thrown down at the 33 on a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Trent Walker is a very good, sure-handed receiver. Had a couple of drops in Eugene, but they covered him well. But Walker's going to make his catches tonight and going forward. That was a pretty good secondary he dealt with last week.
I think that play was just to get Trent Walker a catch. That play, it wasn't like he was going to go back and find a receiver. The whole play was to Trent Walker. He went in motion. He slipped into the flat. They dumped it to him. And now he's on the board.
2nd down and 2 for the Beavers, leading 14-3, approaching 5 minutes to go in the half. Van Wells with a shotgun snap. Hankerson slides it to the outside. A penalty flag comes down to add insult to injury for the Beavers, I would think. Chance Bryant, the strong side backer, getting Hankerson down for a loss to the 30.
Offense, number 55, 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And because of the 8-yard gain on 1st down, Houston will accept this penalty here, but they did a good job to string Hankerson out, and Hank had lost 3 as it was.
That bad down and distance run by Anthony Hankerson. It's 2nd and 2, and there's nothing there. You don't bounce it to the outside where you're going to lose yards. You just burrow in there. Even if you get nothing, you leave yourself a 3rd and 2.
Instead, the Beavers...
Or a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, the Beavers with a 2nd and 12 from their own 23. Bryce Caulfield in motion, settles in at a wing left. Hankerson on the inside zone, cuts it outside, and takes it to the 25 for a gain of only 2. And now it's 3rd and 10 for the Beavs, Jimmy. And the penalty, the run, all of that, puts the Beavers in a tough spot here. 3rd down and 10. The Beavs are 3 of 5 tonight thus far in 3rd down conversions.
Penalties have definitely affected both teams. You could say that the kick return by Houston that got negated, and then obviously getting turned away at the goal line, probably more than anything because of penalties. And then Oregon State hurting themselves here.
11th fewest penalty yards on the season for the Beavers through 4 games. On 3rd and long, Maalik Murphy tries to step away from pressure, did for a moment, but then goes down at the 22-yard line. A sack, a loss of 3, 4th down and 13. Boy, I thought Maalik was going to get out for a moment, Jimmy. He stepped up away from pressure, but Houston just kept bringing it from the edges, and down he goes.
Yep, they just had more guys. And again, Mekhi Muse is back to receive the punt, and Oregon State needs to be careful. Very, very good returner.
A.J. Windsor coming off a record-setting performance, breaking Johnny Hecker's long-standing record last week for average per punt. He boomed them out in Eugene. He gets not a great punt here. Muse takes it on the run. Not much distance on it. Muse is able to take the return to the 45 of the Cougars. And Houston kind of withstanding, Jimmy, it looks from their perspective. They've been hit hard, been punched in the mouth a couple of times, but now they're on the board. They have great field position. And what has been a kind of a rollicking, fun night for the Beavers, this is a significant series right here in the football game.
It really is, because Oregon State's offense really, though they have 14 points, it set up one touchdown was a 7-yard drive via the interception. Right. But Mike, so many, the two possessions inside the 50 that they had nothing, and then this last one.
On first down, Weigman, a half roll to his left, sets up and takes a shot downfield. He's got a man wide open, and a diving attempt in and out of the chest of Kobe Young. The redshirt freshman was open on the post route. Probably should have hauled it in, slightly overthrown, and when Kobe laid out, the ball came out when he popped onto the turf here at Reeser. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And you know the word or the verbiage, you got to complete the catch and through the ground, and he had it, but then once he hit the ground, it came out.
14-3 Beavers. 2nd down and 10 with 3:04 to go in the first half for Connor Weigman at his own 45. Hands it to Connors, and a one-on-one tackle again by Aiden Sullivan.
I don't know what Connors is doing. He was down about back at the 44-yard line for a loss of 1.
It'll be 3rd down and 11. Aiden Sullivan, Jimmy, last week with a career-high 10 tackles and has been everywhere tonight. 3rd and 11 coming up for Houston.
Connor can make the claim that his knees didn't touch the ground, but boy, his elbows, and he was down.
And the officials blew the whistle and called the play. So 3rd and 11. The Beavers trying to get off the field in what we have teamed a very significant series in the game, with the Beavers leading 14-3 and trying to maintain some momentum.
I think by the Beavers, because Oregon State was confused in terms of the linemen. Hickel and Collins were going back and forth, and
Oregon State.
And a big play like this, I think just take your timeout.
It will be 30 seconds.
The Beavers do take their final timeout. Good choice to take the timeout, but it also, in that sense, with the 2-minute timeout coming, if you get an incomplete pass here on the back end, you could use that 2 minutes for a timeout as well. The main thing, Jimmy, you want up right now 14-3 with 2:24 to go in the half is the lead to at least be that at the break.
Yeah, no, you didn't stop right here. Yeah. It's 3rd and 11. But you look back at the timeouts. The one at the goal line was important. Excellent use of a timeout. You went from the 3-yard line down to the half-yard line. That's a good use of a timeout.
Well, AC's got that chainsaw working well tonight. Our thanks to the great AC Green. Now the Beaver defense trying to dig in, get a stop. 3rd down and 11 for Houston at its own 44, with the Beavers leading 14-3. Weigman trying to shift his personnel around a little bit, with the Beavers showing pressure. Sullivan and Foster are both coming. A shot down the field for Amari Thomas, who makes the catch deep into Beaver territory for the first down, and a huge conversion in the game. Just a gigantic play in the football game. We'll see now if the Beavers can stiffen again. Houston coming to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Want to get a playoff perhaps before the 2-minute timeout. They're at the Beaver 20-yard line, converting on 3rd and 11, and now the 2-minute timeout will hit. 2 minutes to go in the half. The Beavers 14, Houston 3. A huge conversion on 3rd and 11. Connor Weigman to Amari Thomas for 36 yards. The Beavers will try to dig in when we return. 2 minutes to go in the half. 14-3 Beavers on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's game's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight. The official fan club of your favorite pet, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, is Betty's Buddies member Bordeaux, a kitten from Portland. This kitten loves to run around his house chasing the laser pointer. Sign your pet up today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter. And Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
The Rivalry Series is brought to you by Safeway Albertsons, Pacific Source Health Plans, your local Toyota dealers, and First Interstate Bank. The University of Oregon and Oregon State University want to thank each company for recognizing one of the longest-running sports rivalries in the nation. Ultimately, our student-athletes will benefit the greatest from their tremendous support. The Beavs and Ducks will continue carrying on their historic competitive tradition, going head-to-head across the season, bringing the Rivalry Series to life. Cheer on the Beavs this season to capture the Rivalry Series.
Hankerson keeps going in. Touchdown, Beavers for the lead in the second OT.
When you travel the world with fellow Beavers, you get to enjoy top service, value, safety, and the very best travel companions. Book a tour with the Oregon State University Alumni Association and visit some of the world's most coveted destinations while enriching your learning and cultural immersion in every leg of the journey. Domestic and international tours are now booking for 2026 at 4oregonstate.org/travel.
When you need to rent wireless communications equipment, call Day Wireless. It's the Beavers' choice for renting radios, push-to-talk phones, and satellite phones. Find out more at daywirelessrentals.com. 2 minutes to go in the first half at Reser Stadium. The Beavers 14, Houston 3. The Cougars with a critical conversion on 3rd down and 11. Connor Weigman to Amari Thomas, and now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the Beaver 20. Jim, I was mentioning, you remember those John Jenkins, Jack Pardee, Houston Cougars teams in the late 80s, early 90s? Running, shoot. They're running the run and shoot everywhere. David Klingler in a 94-21 win over Eastern Washington.
I remember Klingler.
11 touchdown passes in one game. It's a little ridiculous. Mouse Davis-esque, Neil Lomax-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, there were some crazy scores.
Yeah.
Hey, every coach talks about the middle 8, the last 4 of the first half, first 4 of the second half. Coach Bray talks about that a lot. It's going to be critical in this game because right now we're in that window. 2 minutes left in the first half. Houston knocking at the door. They're at the 20-yard line, and Houston gets the ball first in the second half. So Oregon State's got their work cut out for them. I think big picture, and we'll talk about it at half. But offensively, they've had too many, 2 possessions inside Houston's, in Houston territory, starting position. And neither of those bore any fruit, and then the last 2 possessions.
14-3 Beavers, 1st and 10 for Houston at the Oregon State 20. Rolling to the right, Weigman throws it to Koziel underneath and is tackled by Aiden Sullivan, thrown out of bounds at the 19. A gain of only 1, only 4 seconds tick off the clock. But a good open field tackle by Sullivan, who's really playing good football. 2nd down and 9 for Houston.
And you could make a case that Koziel was not moving forward as he went out of bounds and ran the clock right there. In fact, he wasn't. He was knocked back on the tackle.
They did stop it. Now out to the left side is Makai Muse. Amari Thomas, who had the big catch moments ago, split right, going in motion and wheeling out of the backfield. Koziel, Connor Weigman rolls to his left and tucks it to the Oregon State 15-yard line, a gain of 4.
I don't like the flag in the back. I think Skylar Thomas is going to get hit for holding Koziel. And I thought the left tackle
was holding a Beaver.
Was holding Hickel, I believe, was trying to disengage, and the left tackle didn't let it happen. Instead, Skylar Thomas in the end zone on the right side of the field.
A mile from the play.
No, there's no chance that Weigman could get the ball to him, but nevertheless, he's holding it.
Defense, number 8. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Automatic.
They called it against Cy Vendrawale.
Yeah, I think it was Skylar, to be honest with you. But
I see what you're saying about the hold that may have been missed on the interior. But whatever the case, by a penalty, Houston has a 1st and goal to go just outside the 7-yard line, trailing the Beavers 14-3. The Beavers stiffened impressively in this territory on the Cougars' last possession, trying to do it again. 1st and goal from the 7. Quarterback keeper by Weigman. He breaks a couple of tackles and gets down to the 1-yard line, just short. Good effort by the Beavers in the end to get him down. I thought Weigman was about to score easily, but down he goes. Houston gets to the line in a hurry.
Why?
2nd and goal inside the 1. Weigman comes under center. He turns it to the right and sneaks it to just short of the goal line again. It'll be 3rd and goal with the clock running. Now an official comes in from the side and signals touchdown with 1:24 to go in the half.
Mike, I'm just tell me where I'm wrong in my thinking. Weigman was very close, and you could see that's what I like about not his speed, but his toughness when he runs. But why would they hurry? They're at touchdown's door. Why wouldn't they go slow? It's almost as if Oregon State, if they had a timeout, would use it.
Yeah, because the Beavers will get the ball on the back end now. Houston with a chance to cut it to 4 as the Cougars, after trailing 14-0, a PAT away from cutting it to 14-10. Ethan Sanchez will attempt the point after 11 for 11 on this young season in that category. But by going in a hurry and doing all of that, the Beavers, although out of timeouts, will have a chance on the back end. The kick by Sanchez, who just made a 25-yard field goal on the Cougars' last possession, is good. 1:24 to go in the half. It's now the Beavers 14 and Houston 10. And ahead of the Cougars kickoff, a little past 9 o'clock on what has been a beautiful and festive Friday night thus far. The mood's changed a little bit here in the last half hour or so. 14-0 Beavers, now 14-10 Beavs. We want to pause and let all of our network stations identify themselves. 10-second break for station identification. This is Beaver football from Learfield. Tonight's game sponsor, Beavs Mobile, a proud sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Only one wireless service is built for Beaver Nation. Visit beavsmobile.com to make the switch. The kick is away from Zach Yoakum, and this time the Beavers will go on a return. David Wells Jr. slips through a couple of tackles and takes it to the 25-yard line, where he would have settled for a touchback had he asked for one. And now with 1:19 to go in the half and no timeouts, leading 14-10. Jim, what's the Beavers' play here in your view?
3 timeouts on the other side.
Right.
And that's something you'll also have to take into consideration.
So what's the Beavers' play here?
I think you see what happens on first down, to be honest with you. I'm not convinced if things don't go right that you don't make Houston, or even your first down play, make it a sort of a sure pitch and catch. I think Crosby is in the lineup.
A slot left to the wide side of the field. Crosby the handoff and runs left, picks up about 3 yards to the 28. Will Houston use one? And I think they will with 1:12 to go. They do. It's 2nd down and 7. So a safe play, a safe run. Houston burns a timeout. They've got 2 left. But Willie Fritz,
Houston,
the turnaround master,
it will be 30 seconds.
Is in the midst of trying to get the Houston Cougars back to sort of the great days that they had, and the money is pouring into the program. They remind me a little bit, just in terms of the investment, Jimmy, in their program, what we saw at Texas Tech in terms of a recent football facility was built that they're excited to be moving into. And they've got in the transfer portal that you talked about, 17 D1 transfers. They're investing in the program. Willie Fritz is doing a good job.
Yeah, 17 starters. I mean, it's just one thing. It's one thing to get a guy. It's the next thing, another thing for them to step into the lineup. And Mike, I think job one here is get a first down. And then once you do, then I think you're in more control of taking a shot. But you got to use those timeouts and make the other team whittle that clock.
1:11 to go in the half. It's Anthony Hankerson. Hank runs left and picks up a yard to the 29. Houston will burn its 2nd timeout. 1:07 to go in the half. 3rd down and 6. So do you run it again?
Well, I think you run a play that tries to get you a first down, Mike. The Beavers have 115 total yards in the half. I mean, and they're leading.
Yeah.
And part of that is on the backs of a Trey Glasper interception that set the Beavers up on a short field. I am just hoping for a first down right here, Mike, because I fear the other team's ability
if they get the ball back.
Yeah, now they'll be short of timeouts, but on offense you can control that.
14-10 Beavers, 1:07 to go in the half. The Beavs with a 3rd and 6 at their own 29. That football facility I was referring to in terms of Houston back in the Big 12 in 2023 after some 27 years of exile. Into the Conference USA, into the American Conference, Big 12 in 23. $130 million football facility they moved into this past summer. So they have a chance in that market size with that kind of investment to become a real factor, and they're trying to go to 4-0 tonight. The Beavers looking to go to 1-4, leading 14-10, have a 3rd and 6 at their own 29 after Houston's 2nd timeout. Maalik Murphy rolls right, throws to Trent Walker, and is bumped ahead into the first down on a tackle from behind by Carlos Allen Jr. I think Trent was going to get it, but he gets it thanks to the hit on the tackle by Allen Jr. First down Beavers, and the Beavers go quickly.
Yeah, now the Beavers can be aggressive.
Murphy throws to the outside to David Wells Jr., caught at the 40. The clock stops with 52 seconds to go in the half. I thought the ball hung up there a little bit. I was worried about the DB making a jump on it.
Well, the DB did make a jump on it, but the ball got there in time for Wells to get the ball and out of bounds. But now Oregon State, the pendulum has turned. Now Oregon State needs to be thinking down the field, big shots, or to sideline quickly. I mean, those are kind of your choices without the timeouts.
2nd and 6 for the Beavers after the pickup of 4 from their own 40. 52 seconds to go in the half. No timeouts for the Beavers. 1 remaining for Houston. Split backs for Maalik Murphy out of shotgun. Maalik throws on the end cut, caught by Walker at the Houston 45. Down he goes at the 40. First down Beavers into Cougar territory. The clock stops as the chains are moved. 45 seconds to go in the half. The clock will begin running here in a moment. Maalik Murphy, with the clock down to 38 seconds, shifts Trent Walker from left to right. Anthony Hankerson in the backfield. Maalik Murphy gets the shotgun snap from the left hash mark. Maalik with a lot of time now rolls to his right, throws off balance to the sideline, incomplete. That play took about 18 seconds from the time that Trent Walker went down, Jimmy. Now it's 2nd and 10 for the Beavers at the Houston 40.
It was all the alignment was the issue. Now the play itself took a bit, but alignment was an issue. And Mike, there's just got to be a better way, in those situations where, hey, we're on a ball, we need to hike it. We can't worry, just hike it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get set, get where you're at. Just not good alignment by Oregon State, and it cost them probably 10 seconds just trying to get lined up.
14-10 Beavers, 23 seconds to go in the half. Houston has 1 timeout remaining. The Beavers don't have one. The play clock is at 2 and at 1. On 2nd down, a pass to the outside to Walker, and Trent immediately goes out of bounds on his own sideline. Trent with a catch at the Houston 32 for a gain of 8. 3rd down and 2 for the Beavers, 21 seconds to go in the half.
And the run is fine, Mike. I think field goal is what you're playing for here. And if you run the ball and gain the first down, I mean, that's the key. You got to get the first down.
From the left hash mark at the Houston 32,
empty.
The Beavers go empty with a slot to the boundary. Now Hankerson comes in motion and settles in the backfield, so no longer empty with 3 wide receivers to the field side right. Maalik with a play action to Hankerson, who runs into the pattern. Maalik throws it towards the end zone, incomplete, intended for David Wells Jr. 4th down and 2 from the 32, 15 seconds to go in the half. And Caleb Ojeda, we've seen him make a 53-yarder, is coming out on the field with 15 seconds to go. And he's going to try to boot about a 50-yarder here. They'll set it down at the 39. So a 49-yard attempt officially from the left hash mark, trying to add to the Beavers' lead. It's 14-10. Again, Caleb's first kick went for 53 in the opener against Cal. Will Haverland snap a little high, and the kick is blocked. And Caleb Ojeda recovers it at the 35-yard line. The snap was high, but the pressure came off the edge, and Houston, with 11 seconds to go in the half, has a timeout on the ball, and that's enough to, from where they start from, Jimmy, to get into field goal range, maybe hit something big. So the Beaver field goal operation let some pressure through in the 49-yard attempt, blocked Houston with the ball at its own 35.
Yeah, I didn't like 3rd and 2, going for everything, and Oregon State actually fortunate not to be intercepted on the play. And as you look at it now,
might not have been a bad play
in retrospect. But yeah, 3rd and 2, so much available for you because there was 20-some seconds on the clock, and if you pick up a first down, you were still going to have time to get on the ball and clock it.
Connor Weigman, who has led the Cougars to a 3-0 start, has a chance to make a play downfield. The Beavers get some pressure on him, and they get him down at the 32-yard line. A sack from JoJo Johnson, and the first half will come to an end. On that note, the Beavers' second sack. They had a pick, and they have the lead at the break. The Beavers scored the first 14. Houston got on the board with the last 10, but the half ends on a good note on a sack from JoJo Johnson. And we've reached halftime at Reser Stadium. The Beavers 14 and Houston 10. Ron Callan with head coach Trent Brave.
Well, Trent, you had to love the way this team came out tonight. Got a lead, got some big plays from Trey Glasper as well. Yeah, no, like what they're doing, like how they're playing. Got to keep it on for 4 quarters. Got a little scary there at the end. You got that big first down to keep the ball. That was a huge moment for you guys. That is not letting them get the ball back in that moment. Yeah, that was a good play. So what about this second half now? What's the message? Because you guys have the lead. You guys are in this game. A chance to get a big win. Yeah, I think offensively we got to keep moving the sticks and then creating big plays. We've had a couple explosives that haven't made them yet. And then defensively, third down. We've got them into a bunch of third downs, and then we're not getting off the field at a rate that we need to. All right, Coach, thanks. All right, thanks. Trent Bray referring to the third down conversions, 5 for 8 for Houston. And the biggest one, really, Jimmy, I thought was the third down conversion on 3rd and 11 for 36 yards when the Beavers looked like they could have taken a 14-3 lead and kept it in that range.
Yeah, Amari Thomas, 36 yards on a 3rd and 11. And Oregon State, big picture, Mike, if you had told me that the other team had 10 at half and then I look up at the yardage, 146 yards, the first downs, they do lead in first downs. They have 8 first downs. I would have thought all's good, and I still think all is good on the defensive side. I think they played a good half. Offensively, they clearly need to get something going.
Halftime at Reser Stadium, a beautiful Friday night in Corvallis. The Beavers 14, Houston 10. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Beaver Nation, there's nothing like celebrating a big win, right? Generations of OSU families know that you can't win in sports or life without a strong team to support you. When it comes to your health, P3 Oregon is proud to support Oregonians and the Beaver Nation. The P3 Care Team works alongside your provider to connect you with the care you need in between doctor's visits. Medication management, nursing support, health questions. Our team has got your back. Celebrate a winning season of health. Visit p3oregon.org to learn more.
Hey, Beaver Nation, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Oregon State football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Oregon State Beavers. Let's go Beavers! SeatGeek.
Hey there, Beaver fans. Holt Ag Solutions is proud to be your premier dealer for top tractor brands like Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and more right here in Oregon. With expert technicians and quality parts, we are here to support your operation from start to finish. Stop by any of our Oregon locations to see the latest models from Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and all your favorite ag brands at Holt Ag Solutions. Or call 888-HOLT-006 to talk with one of our ag experts today.
Beaver fans, this season we've teamed up with Pacific Source and Safeway for the Tackle Hunger campaign. Every time your Oregon State Beavers make a tackle, a donation goes to the food pantry at our OSU Basic Needs Center, helping students right here in our community. Together we can turn big plays on the field into even bigger wins off the field. Join the fight and learn more at osubeavers.com/tacklehunger. Thanks to Pacific Source Health Plans and Safeway for supporting Beaver Nation. Go Beavs!
On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Beaver Halftime Show. Brought to you by Safeway. Stop in to Safeway, your exclusive grocery partner of Oregon State Athletics. And by Oregon State Credit Union, the official credit union of Oregon State Athletics. Now, this is the Beaver Halftime Show.
From Reser Stadium, the Beavers 14 and Houston 10. The Beavs go on the road, a long one next week, to Boone, North Carolina. The 6th longest trip by mileage in program history next week. Big Jim Wilson participated in the longest trip ever, playing UCLA in Tokyo in the Mirage Bowl in 1980. We'll talk more about that next week after the journey to Boone. But Jim, we still have an important 30 minutes of football to play. At the half, the Beavers 14, Houston 10. You talked about some of the big picture stuff as we went into our first halftime break. And before we send it to Ron Callan for the remainder of the half after our next halftime timeout, Anything else occurring to you over the last couple of minutes when you think about what we just saw? The Beavers lead at the half, and that's good news for a team that's been, by average, down 21-7 at halftime in their first 4 games. They're ahead 14-10, but it still felt like there were some missed opportunities to have an even larger lead.
Yes, the Beavers were gifted really good field position in Houston territory twice in that first quarter and came away empty on both of those occasions. And just down the stretch, I just did not feel the offense. I mean, we were just happy to get a first down and get out of the half. And that is sort of a, I don't know, you just wonder. I mean, the offense has to find something. Now, at times the running game was good, but I thought Houston did something. And it kind of went away, the running game. And as you look at the total numbers, the Beavers ended up rushing for just 61 yards in the half. Now, if they double that, get 120, I think they need to run more than that. I think they have to have more success in the running game than they've had, and obviously more in the passing game, passing for less than 100 yards. And it just overall offense, it's just got to click, and if they do, they win the game. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, Mike, the next time the Beavers touch the ball, that offense, I hope they're leading.
Because Houston gets the ball first.
Yes.
Yeah, they won the toss and deferred, and they get the ball first, and their offense was showing some signs as the game went along. The Beavers have been putting a lot of pressure on Connor Weigman and got to him. They sacked him twice. They sacked him at the end. They picked him off. First turnover of the year allowed by the Houston Cougars on the pick by Glasper to set up the Beavers for a score. But they were settling in, it appeared. So that first series is going to be big when we get to the third quarter. We're at halftime in Corvallis. The Beavers 14, Houston 10. Ron will take you the rest of the way in the half on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether it's OSU game day or you're getting ready for OSU game day, make sure Dairy Mart is on your playlist. With 39 neighborhood stores throughout the Willamette Valley, Dairy Mart has everything you'll need for a great game. Beer and pop, ice, chips, healthy, fresh-to-go snacks, even hot deli items, and your favorite Lockmead dairy products. Stop into your local Dairy Mart and get what you really want for Beavers game day.
Dairy Mart is here, man. Dairy Mart's right here.
Looking for the perfect place to host your next event? The Alumni Center at Oregon State is Corvallis' top event venue, with flexible spaces for gatherings of 1 to over 1,000, from weddings and conferences to reunions and tailgates. We've got the space, the tech, and the team to make it seamless for every occasion. Located on campus, we offer high-quality amenities at a competitive price. Visit fororegonstate.org/center and book your event today. That's fororegonstate.org/center.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Score a touchdown today by joining Oregon State Credit Union, where your money works harder for you. Be more than an account number with member-focused financial advice and money-saving options. We started at Oregon State University. We were born a Beaver. Join Oregon State Credit Union today. Visit one of our 15 branches or join online at OregonStateCU.com/join.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, Beaver Nation! Did you know you're on the doorstep of a great Alaska adventure? Set sail from Seattle with Holland America, the Alaska vacation experts. They've been sharing the wonders of the Great Land for nearly 80 years. Experience magnificent glaciers, guaranteed on every Alaska cruise, and watch whales splash with the cruise line that's #1 in Alaska wildlife and wilderness tours. Discover experiences too good to hurry through with Holland America, the official cruise line of Oregon State University Athletics. Go Beavs!
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Oregon State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Halftime, Research Stadium, Beavs 14, University of Houston 10. Ron Callan with you down on the field. Now, before the start of the game, not one but two race cars came out between the band, Benny the Beaver was on one of them. Auto racing is huge here at Oregon State. Let's welcome in Ian Lujan from Anacortes, Washington. He's a sophomore here at Oregon State. Tell us all about the clubs you guys are involved in and how intense it is and how much fun you're having.
Yeah, so I'm representing the sister clubs of Global Formula Racing and Baja Racing. It's a pretty intense program. We have very competitive cars. We're a top 10 team yearly. GFR just won their competition in Michigan, and we're very competitive when they cross the seas into Europe. Baja just competes domestically, but we expect the most out of our students. We always say, you get in what you put in. So,
you guys build the cars, maintain the cars, and race the cars.
Yes, absolutely. We build a new car from scratch every year. We like to joke that 2026 and 2025 are both in the shop, even though the 2026 car is literally a pile of tubes on the floor. We're super proud of all of the effort we put in, and we hand weld the chassis in-house. We're very proud of that.
How did you fall in love with, because I know you were involved in constructing the cars and you're in the pit crew. I mean, what's that like?
Yeah, so I fell in love with Formula One racing along with everybody, so I came looking for a school that had a Formula racing program. But then I saw the Baja car and I was like, wow, that really aligns with my background in mountain biking and my off-road racing. And I feel like anybody who has a robotics background, a car racing background, or a mountain biking background will love the clubs.
Well, robotics are huge at Oregon State, but obviously auto racing, what was it like? I think it was about 3 weeks ago, there was a big race in Portland, NASCAR Infinity Series, or Xfinity, I should say, and they had the car outside Reeser. What was that like for you, Ian?
Oh, well, it was incredible. It's great to see another race car wearing the orange and black. We're proud to wear it alongside them. I know the Xfinity Cup Series is very competitive. It's nice to see that we could maybe end up there. We're practicing our automotive engineering skills with these clubs, and we're hoping to end up in a real automotive racing program in the future.
What was it like tonight to see your one Baja and the other the global racing? What was that like to see them, coming out along with the team?
It was incredible. This is 3 years in the making for us. We put so much effort in not only these cars, but just getting these onto the field. Watching them pour out of the smoke with the team was absolutely incredible. We put so much blood, sweat, and tears into these cars, and it's make or break for us every time we go to comp, but it's beautiful to get to show it off to our home crowd.
Ian Lujan, thanks for spending time with us here on the Beaver Sports Network. Congratulations and good luck to you guys.
Hey, thank you so much, Ron. I'm glad to be here.
All right, stick around. When we come back, we're going to have a scoreboard with Mo Lewis. And then the second half, yeah, Houston gets the ball first, but the Beavers with a 14-10 lead. Can they get that elusive win number one? Stick around right here on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's game's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight. The official fan club of your favorite pet, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, is Benny's Buddies member Bordeaux, a kitten from Portland. This kitten loves to run around his house chasing the laser pointer. Sign your pet up today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter. And Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
Pacific Office Automation is an official sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
How'd you like to watch the next OSU Beavers football home game while sampling microbrews, wine, and culinary delights on the terrace? Sounds pretty good, right? Les Schwab has partnered with the Oregon State Beavers for your chance to win 4 tickets to the terrace along with an OSU swag bag. Enter to win right now at osubeavers.com/Les Schwab. That's osubeavers.com/Les Schwab. Take me to the terrace at Reeser Stadium, presented by Les Schwab Tires, proud member of the Beaver Nation.
Beaver fans, this season we've teamed up with Pacific Source and Safeway for the Tackle Hunger campaign. Every time your Oregon State Beavers make a tackle, a donation goes to the food pantry at our OSU Basic Needs Center, helping students right here in our community. Together we can turn big plays on the field into even bigger wins off the field. Join the fight and learn more at osubeavers.com/tacklehunger. Thanks to Pacific Source Health Plans and Safeway for supporting Beaver Nation. Go Beavs!
Live from the Learfield Network studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And from Learfield Master Control, I'm Mo Lewis. Oregon State 14, Houston 10. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard elsewhere in the Pac-12. Washington State will visit Colorado State tomorrow night. In the top 25 tonight, a big one. Number 8, Florida State, taking on Virginia, went down to the wire. Florida State tied it with the last-second touchdown. It went overtime. It went double overtime. Virginia pulls it out, 46-38. Virginia now 4-1. Florida State 3-1. Number 24, TCU taking on Arizona State, and in the third quarter they were tied. TCU with the ball.
Fullbacks behind Hoover. See if they try the first push. It'll be Hoover. They're pushing him forward. That's got to be enough. Yep, plenty here. Hoover scores, and the Horned Frogs go back up with 4:02 to play.
And they lead 24-17, now less than 2 minutes to go in that contest. Tomorrow, some big matchups. Number 21, USC at number 23, Illinois. Number 4, LSU will travel to Oxford for number 13, Ole Miss. Number 3, Penn State hosting number 6, Oregon, of course. Number 5, Georgia will host number 17, Alabama. Beavers 14, Cougars 10. This is Oregon State Beaver football from Learfield.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Whether it's game night or family night, Main Street Bistro's rich and savory selection of refrigerated side dishes makes it easy to serve restaurant-inspired meals any night of the week. Try pairing your favorite entree with our creamy, delicious twice-baked potatoes, fully baked and made with real whole milk and sharp cheddar cheese for a memorable meal that's sure to win the hearts of everyone at the table. Find Main Street Bistro sides in your grocer's meat department.
On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield, Beaver football is brought to you by Reese's Fine Foods, proud sponsor of Game Day, and by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved. PacificOffice.com. Now, with the call of the second half, here's Mike Parker and Jim Wilson.
14-10 Beavers going to the third quarter. The Beavers will be kicking away towards the south end zone away from Valley Football Center. Tonight's game sponsor, Beavs Mobile, a proud sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Only one wireless service is built for Beaver Nation. Visit beavsmobile.com to make the switch. Caleb Ojeda getting ready to kick it away. Makai Muse a yard or two deep in the end zone. Very dangerous returner, had a good return tonight, called back due to a hold on the return, but he took it some 50 yards into Beaver territory. And so Houston will get the ball first when the kick is away. Earlier tonight, the designated chainsaw starter was none other than A.C. Green. I've been informed that one of the staff members couldn't find A.C. to get the... A.C. eventually showed, but you know who stepped into the breach was Steven Jackson. And Steven and A.C. arrived together at the chainsaw. And as somebody texted me and said, we have a potential half of a Mount Rushmore right there for Oregon State athletics. That got the crowd and everybody into it, and that chainsaw was fired up. The Beavers with a strong first half defensively. Faltered a little bit at the end of the half. Houston scored the last 10 points and now gets the ball on the kick from Muse, who takes it at the goal line, crosses the 20 to the 23, and the Beavers with a good job in special teams with Carson Kolb, backup tight end, getting down to make a good special teams tackle. 1st and 10, Houston. They'll begin on the right hash mark, moving right to left at their own 22.
Nice job by the Beavers in coverage. The kick went at or near the goal line. Muse brought it out, and Oregon State with a good job in coverage.
Houston did get a little something going in their last 2 possessions and cut the 14-0 lead to 14-10. The Beavers hoping to return to the form that marked their play through the first quarter and a half, and so far so good. A handoff to Connors, slowed by good penetration from Dakari Hickle, and then Jaheim Patterson over with yet another tackle, but it was Hickle who broke it up. Patterson with a tackle. Aiden Sullivan led the team in the first half with 7 tackles. Good start to the third quarter, Jimmy.
And as Trent Bray said, it's the third downs. I mean, that's where the Beavers really need to buckle up. Houston 5 for 8 on third down conversions in the first half.
A loss of 2 to the 20. 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars. Out of the pistol, play action fake. Weigman pressured by Hickle, rolls across his body to his left. Will keep and fall down and in for a sack with Jacob Schuster in the vicinity. Back to the 17-yard line. A loss of 3. 3rd down and 15. And Jimmy, herein is the rub I think you're talking about. Get a stop here and you've done your job beautifully.
Yeah, the problem with Weigman, he was running, but he was looking for a receiver. He had one, but he didn't have a lane to throw it. It ended up slipping, and the Beavers get a break.
3rd and 15 for Weigman and the Cougars at their own 17. The Beavers leading 14-10. Weigman to throw. Pocket holds up pretty well. Pass to Connors in the flat, and he catches it and is tackled immediately by Aiden Sullivan at the 20. It's a gain of 3. They needed 15. 4th and 12 coming up. Excellent job, Jimmy, by the Beaver defense. A 3 and out to open the second half.
Yeah, you got to credit the coverage down the field. I mean, that ball was intended to go down the field. Weigman could not find his man, and then the tackle on Connor for no gain.
Liam Doherty standing at his 6-yard line. Trent Walker back at his own 35. The left-footed punter gets it away. Walker runs up, now lets it bounce at the 40, and it does take a Houston bounce inside the 35, inside the 30, and down to the 28-yard line. The punt ended up working pretty well for Doherty. And Walker, had he had it to do over, Jim, can he get to the ball on the run and make a fair catch or not?
Here was the problem. It was another short punt.
Right.
And it was working itself away from him. Not only short, but away towards the Beaver sideline. And I think he just didn't want to make a running catch. You just take your chances.
Right.
You know, better safe than sorry. If he made the catch, it would have been a running catch.
Doherty gets a 52-yard punt on the bounce. The Beavers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28. And you said you hoped that the Beavers would still have the lead when they got the ball for the first time in the third quarter, and they do. And it's Hankerson running up the middle for a short gain to the 29. It'll be 2nd down and 9, so a win for Houston on 1st down. Jimmy, let's take a look at that offensive front.
Morano is in the game.
Tyler Morano wearing number 86, with the Beavers depleted at the tight end position. Tyler Morano, who has been a tackle, has moved to tight end, and he's in at the right side. Josiah Timoteo at right tackle, Nathan Ello at right guard, Van Wells over the ball at center, Dylan Sikorsky at left guard, Jacob Strand at left tackle. 2nd down and a long 8. Hankerson makes the first man miss, then drives the legs ahead for a short gain to the 31. It'll be third down and about 7 for the first down, Jimmy, and it's a tough down and distance.
I think Tyler Morano is going to need help. He is thinking about getting off the field, but I don't know. I think they should send somebody in for him. Here it comes.
Yeah. Eddie Freoff will come for Tyler Morano, who hobbles up. Boy, the Beavers already depleted at tight end, and hence the move from Morano to tackle the tight end. Now Morano's out. Eddie Freoff with the ball in the middle of the field, and the Beavers moving left to right. Splits left. Walker at a slot inside of Wells to the right. The play clock at 3 and 2. And down to 1. Maalik Murphy out of shotgun, throws over the middle. Sitting down and making the catch was Bryce Caulfield, but he was well short of the first down to the 36. A gain of 6. The Beavers needed 8. Both teams' defenses do their jobs. It's a 3 and out for Houston, a 3 and out for the Beavers, who will punt it away.
Yeah, and it's the inability to generate anything in the running game. 2 runs get you a 2nd and 8. A completed pass gets you 4th and 2.
A.J. Windsor gets the pass from center. The Beavers had a field goal block. Windsor booms it out. Muse backs up, will let it bounce. It bounces at the 5, takes a right turn, and then goes into the end zone. It looked like it might take a right and go to the 1 and down, but it took another bounce. Footballs are wont to do that. Into the end zone for the touchback, and Houston will have it after a timeout on the field at its own 20. 10:53 to go in the third quarter. Both defenses do their jobs early. 2 3 and outs. Houston gets the ball back from its own 20 when we return. 14-10 Beavers over the Cougars. 10:53 to go in the third on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Beaver Nation has been submitting their community hero stories, and today we want to recognize Garrison, a young man but an old soul. Garrison always puts others before himself, offering a hand to friends, neighbors, and even strangers. Known for acts of love and kindness, from holding doors for elders to lifting others up, Garrison exemplifies true chivalry and compassion. Thank you, Garrison. From First Interstate Bank, proud sponsor of Beaver Athletics.
It's time to give the home team the advantage. For all your homeowner needs, turn to the Beaver Home Team. WaFd Bank is your local business, providing outstanding service for your local home banking needs. You can count on WaFd Bank to help you score big for your banking needs. Check out osubeavers.com/home team to see what the Beaver Home Team can do for you. Go local and go Beavs.
Hey there, Beaver fans. Holt Ag Solutions is proud to be your premier dealer for top tractor brands like Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and more right here in Oregon. With expert technicians and quality parts, we are here to support your operation from start to finish. Stop by any of our Oregon locations to see the latest models from Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and all your favorite ag brands at Holt Ag Solutions. Or call 888-HOLT-006 to talk with one of our ag experts today.
Beaver football is brought to you by Pacific Source Health Plans. With health plans for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles, Pacific Source does what's right, not just what's required. And be sure to stop into any of your 39 neighborhood Dairy Mart stores and get what you really want fast, real fast. 10:53 to go in the third quarter at Reser Stadium. The Beavers 14, Houston 10. The Cougars will have a 1st and 10 at their own 20 for its second possession of the third quarter. Let's send it down to Ron.
Guys, fall is in the air. I had to put on a light windbreaker because it's starting to get a little chilly down here.
What a perfect day. We kicked off at about 68, 69 degrees, and AQI in single digits. We'll be in Boone, North Carolina. I did a little peek ahead. It's going to be all right. We'll be on the air. I think it's a 12:30 Pacific time, but a 3:30 kick back there. It'll be in the high 60s. In a beautiful part of the world, Jimmy, have you ever been to Boone or in the Appalachians ever?
I haven't, and I've heard so much about it from people that have or people that are from there. I'm actually excited to see it. As I look at the scoreboard, we always talk about balance on offense. Well, it's moderate. It's in moderation, but Houston has 72 yards rushing and 72 yards passing. This play should make that number change.
1st and 10, Weigman begins from his own 20 after the touchback, moving from right to left, and on an end around, the Beavers are home. A great tackle again in open field by Aiden Sullivan, one-on-one with Makai Muse, the 5'8", 185-pound senior. A toss to Muse in kind of a Houston version of a fly sweep, and Aiden Sullivan, brilliant play. Second down and 10, no gain on the play for Connor Weigman. Koziel in motion, the tight end. Handoff to Connors inside, hit at the line of scrimmage and broke a couple of tackles, and a penalty flag comes out. Aiden Sullivan, I fear, may have gotten a face mask with Connors or was held. But I didn't like the location of the flag with respect to the tackle attempt by Sullivan. Here's the call.
Holding, offense, number 59, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Huge break for the Beavs. In that, Jim, I thought they got home and penetrated beautifully again, and it looked like we would have seen Sullivan get Connors down for a TFL. But Connors, tough, strong runner, broke the tackle, but that's nullified. The ball taken back to the 10. Second down and 20 for the Cougars.
Look for Oregon State to substitute here.
A late substitute comes in, and the Beavers do get a late sub of their own because Houston brought a guy in from their sideline. The Beavers have enough time to make their own change of personnel.
You bring in a guy late, that's what you're going to get.
Second and 20 for Weigman to throw from his 2. Hit as he throws. The ball wobbles out, and it's incomplete. Cy Vindra-Wally in coverage. The pass was intended for Stephon Johnson, but the pressure forced Weigman to throw from the goal line under duress. Third and 20 for the Cougars from their 10.
And again, it's just if you knew where the ball was, because Cy Vindra-Wally might have picked up his easiest interception of his career if he would have known where the ball was short and low. Turns around, and a return probably possible.
14-10 Beavers, 9:48 to go in the third. On third down, they run a safe play with Connors. Connors bounces it to the outside. He'll be well short of the first down, going down at the 15. Skylar Thomas on the tackle, a gain of 5. 4th and 15 coming up. And that is, in a very real sense, I mean, recognizing a tough down and distance, but also, Jimmy, the pressure the Beavers have put on Willie Fritz, the head coach, and, you know, a guy that I think that showed a good deal of respect for what the Beavers were doing defensively.
Yeah, earlier in the season, the Beavers have just relented on just some incredible down and distances.
Slade Nagel, the OC, dialing up a conservative play. Liam Doherty with maybe his best punt of the night sends Trent Walker back to his 35, and good coverage on Walker, who goes down at the 39. But good field position for the Beavers, who are hoping to find some rhythm on a drive and push this back to a 2-score lead when we return. 9:10 to go in the third quarter. It remains the Beavers 14, Houston 10. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
It's the little things that make us the happiest. The thermometer finally reading sweater weather. Your jack-o'-lantern somehow surviving all the way through the season. That email finding you cozy. That subtle hit of pumpkin and fall spice in your McCafe cup. Try our sweet fall drinks like pumpkin spice lattes, caramel frappes, and more at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
Beaver football is on the air.
Go Beavs.
On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Want to make a difference for Oregon State University students and alumni? It's as easy as becoming a member of the OSU Alumni Association. Whether you're an OSU graduate, a family member, or a big fan and believer, become a member today and get access to exclusive perks while supporting the university you love. Purchase a membership for yourself or as a gift at fororegonstate.org/join. That's fororegonstate.org/join.
Hey Beaver fans, Oregon State's tradition of excellence is now a winning pairing with Willamette Valley Vineyards Classic Oregon Wine. As a proud wine partner of Oregon State Athletics, we invite you to join us at any of our locations for world-class Pinot Noir, Pacific Northwest-inspired cuisine, and one-of-a-kind events. Learn more and plan your visit at WVV.com. That's WVV.com. Go Beavs!
If you're on the go and you want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country, then we encourage you to download the free Varsity Network app. It's available on Apple and Android with new features this season. With the Varsity Network app, it's easier than ever to listen live and keep up with your favorite teams. Don't miss a moment. Get the Varsity Network app now. 9:10 to go in the third quarter. The Beavers 14, Houston 10. 2 3 and outs for the Beaver defense, Jimmy, to open this third quarter. But the Beavers had one of their own, and they want to be the one to change that here. 1st and 10 at their own 39.
2 runs and a completed pass, and you're punting the football. It's just you need a little more movement up front. Maybe you need a little more creativity in the run game, or find something. We haven't seen a screen pass or the delay, or in the first half, the swing passes to Crosby. 2 of them, both were very successful. But Oregon State needs to put something together. Cornell Hatcher is the running back.
2 receptions for Marquise Crosby, 1 for a touchdown. The other TD scored by Jake Reichel after the interception by Trey Glasper set the Beavers up at the Houston 7-yard line. Jake Reichel finished the short drive with a tough physical run for the TD. Marquise Crosby's first touchdown on the swing pass in the left flat from Maalik Murphy. Maalik 10 of 16, 99 yards. Hankerson 12 carries, 32 yards. Cornell Hatcher 3 for 13. Play action fake, post route to Walker. Walker the catch into Houston territory. Inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line.
Boy, that was a pretty looking play as Maalik Murphy faked to Cornell Hatcher. Yeah, a pretty good looking fake. Everybody up front blocking run to the left. He pulled the ball and hit Trent Walker on the right side on a slant route.
Gain of 22 to the Houston 39. 1st and 10 Beavers leading 14-10. Hand off to Cornell Hatcher. Pretty good crease for Cornell, and the Beavers push the pile. And Hatcher gets to the 30-yard line. 9 yards on first down. I love the way the kid's been running tonight, Jimmy, and he got a little help from the big fellows at the end. 2nd and 1 coming up.
He's got a little forward lean, and his finish has been good. Just he got in there. He had help, don't get me wrong. I think that's big Nathan Elu and a couple others.
Wells was there.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of beef in there pushing it forward, but the guy himself needs to keep his feet, and he needs to keep his feet and keep his feet moving. He did all of that.
A slot right to the wide side of the field. 2nd and 1 for the Beavers at the Houston 30. Hatcher gets the handoff, gets the first down, second level, spins his way inside the 20, and Hatcher down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 14 to give the Beavers a 1st and 10 at the Houston 14. Hatcher on back-to-back runs with 23 yards.
I remember when it was Hankerson and Jam Griffin. And Hankerson was successful, but then they put in Griffin. It just gave you a different look, a different feel, a spark. And that's what I feel's happening here with Cornell Hatcher.
Back-to-back solid runs for the redshirt freshman. 5 carries, 36 yards. The Beavers go slot left with Trent Walker inside of Eddie Freehoff, and a 2x2. Reddick's inside of Wells to the right. The ball in the middle of the field at the 16. It's Cornell Hatcher again, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. It'll be 2nd down and 10 as the Beavers enter the red zone, brought to you by McDonald's. Go to OSUBeavers.com/Dream Year for your chance to win $10,000 in Beaver experiences when the Beavers, whenever they hit the red zone, brought to you by McDonald's.
Slow developing play as both backside linemen pulled on the play, and Hatcher was trying to get in behind him. And I thought he had more in there, but he tripped and only picked up a couple.
Gabe Milborn in now at tight end. The Beavers really depleted there. Tyler Morano went out moments ago. Hatcher goes in motion. Back to throw goes Maalik Murphy on the shallow cross. David Wells the catch. It's a short gain to the Houston 13-yard line. A pickup of a couple. 3rd down and 7. Boy, the Beavers want 6 out of this possession, because a field goal, you take it, but that hasn't been any sort of guarantee for one thing, and the other, it just keeps it a 1-score game.
Almost want to go back into that whole world where Maalik Murphy was faking the folks and then running the football.
Right. 3rd down and 7 from the Cougar 13. 5:50 to go in the third. The Beavers leading 14-10 from the left hash. An empty backfield with Marquise Crosby deployed as a receiver left. He's caught 2, 1 for a touchdown. The pass goes on the in route to David Wells, who had the ball go in and out of his hands for an incomplete pass. For a moment, it looked like it might have been ruled a catch and a fumble. It's incomplete. Wells with a drop on a fastball zipped in. It would have left the Beavers short, but they might have considered going for it there on 4th and a yard or so. Instead, on 4th down and 7, the field goal unit on.
They would have been down at the 9, which would have been about 4th and 2. I think they would have gone for it.
I do too. Yeah. The ball going in and out of the hands of David Wells Jr.
He got hit. I will say that.
A.J. Windsor will set it down for Caleb Ojeda for a 31-yard attempt just off the left hash. The last field goal attempt was blocked, but this one is good, and the Beavers push the lead to 17-10 on the 31-yard field goal from Caleb Ojeda with 5:31 to go in the third quarter. With that good kick, the Good Hands team at Allstate contributes to the Oregon State Athletics General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. We'll talk about the drive. The Beavers do get points, but boy, did they want more. They get 3 with 5.5 to go in the third. The Beavers 17, Houston 10 on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
Pacific Power is proud to support Oregon State athletics by providing the safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from groundbreaking research labs to Research Stadium, Pacific Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Pacific Power, powering your greatness. Let's go Beavs!
Dear Truckin' Awesome, Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Back at Research Stadium, 5:31 to go in the third quarter. The Beavers 17 and Houston 10. I want to give a shout out tonight, Jim. I'm just amazed. I learned this, in fact, yesterday. I met Nancy Higgins at a local coffee establishment. Nancy said her mother is a big Beaver fan and listens to all the games on the radio. Nancy Higgins' mother is Anna Bolton, who lives in Bonaventure, Albany. Born in Duffer, grew up in Duffer, was born, Jimmy, in 1924. Anna Bolton, 101 years of age. I said, will she be awake late tomorrow night? Oh, yeah, she stays up later than me, Nancy said. So Anna Bolton, 101 years young, listening tonight at Bonaventure, Albany, and has been a Beaver fan almost her entire life, growing up in Duffer and spending almost all of her life in beautiful Duffer, Oregon. 101, Jimmy, and listening to the Beavers tonight, and they need to bring this thing home for her, if nobody else. 17-10 here in the third quarter.
Well, if they are able to do that, she's not going to be the only one, please.
Yeah, that's true. But Anna, thank you for listening. What a great life, and has spent it in love with Oregon State athletics, and it was a joy to learn about you yesterday. Thank you for tuning our way tonight on the Beaver Sports Network. Caleb Ojeda just drilling a 31-yard field goal, now kicking towards the dangerous Mackay Muse. Muse has a chance for another return and will take it at the 1. Muse comes up the middle and runs left, and he's got a seam, and he's very good. And it's Caleb Ojeda, the kicker, getting him down at the 37. Jimmy, that's a 36-yard return. And
every kick scares me.
Yep, I got you.
This was a good job by Houston. It was a left return the whole way. It was a left return. Muse, though, started up the middle and then picked up his convoy of guys, and you could just see at the point of attack where he was headed that there was more blockers than there were defenders.
The Beaver defense has played very well for the most part tonight. Houston does not have a first down in the second half. Connor Weigman rolls right, chased by Shamar Meikle. A throw to the sideline, I think, should be ruled incomplete.
Out of bounds.
The official coming over, I think, signifying a catch. Two officials talk about it. A diving attempt by Amari Thomas. They're going to say catch.
I don't think this is going to hold, Mike, because I think he actually literally catches the ball. The ball itself is out of bounds.
That should not be a catch, and it should be reviewed.
No, the ball.
Come on. You got to look at that thing. That's an incomplete pass, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. That's a ridiculous call.
It's not the further review.
It is a bad catch. Mike, I said it with the naked eye. I said the ball itself is out of bounds on the catch.
Come on. I don't even. Why does it even have to be looked at, Jimmy?
The ball was out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean,
the ball was out.
How can two guys get together and say catch on that? I just don't understand it under heaven.
Yeah, look, you go with the call you think, and then you can review it either way. But go with the right call.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great attempt by Amari Thomas.
No, the guy made a nice play. He caught the ball, but he caught it out of bounds, clearly.
Yeah, and the fact there was any doubt about it at all is just astonishing. The close shave, not really, but it is a close shave instant replay brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather?
After review.
Here we go.
The previous play, it's an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
As sanity returns to the universe. It was not really a close shave instant replay, but it was a Barbasol instant replay. Remember, Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave. Choose Barbasol, a quality shave and trusted value. Goodness gracious. 2nd down and 10 after all of that for the Cougars from their own 37. The Beavers leading 17-10, 5:14 to go in the third quarter. The ball on the left hash with Connor Weigman in the pistol. Connor's behind him. Hard, tough running back. And he will get the handoff and run right. And he's got a little bit of a crease, but Skylar Thomas gets off his block and tackles Connors for a gain of a couple to the 40. And Connors is slow to get up.
Connors is one of those guys, Mike. You don't want him running north and south. If you're a defense,
for an injured player.
Once he starts going east and west,
for an injured player.
Makes him a lot easier to tackle. I mean, if he's coming down you, right at you, he's tough.
3rd down and 8 for the Cougars from their 40. Connors comes off the field after the excellent tackle by Skylar Thomas. The Beavers trying to get off the field again with another 3 and out from the 40. Weigman right hash to throw. On the in cut, broken up, incomplete by Conrad Hussey. The pass intended for Amari Thomas, and the newcomer Conrad Hussey made his debut last week, breaks up a pass here, and the Beavers with another 3 and out.
Made a play on the ball, and he kind of came over the back of the receiver, but his first contact with the ball was the Beaver, Conrad Hussey's hand on the football, and I think that's what you got to look at.
Tremendous job by the Beaver defense. 3 and outs here in the third quarter. Liam Doherty, the left-footed punter, a high but not particularly deep punt. But Trent Walker has the ball go off his shoulder.
Yeah, but it's going to be a penalty.
But it comes upfield, caught by the Beavs. Walker.
It's going to be interference.
I understand.
On the defense, on the
you
covering
think so?
team. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
he didn't give him enough room.
He didn't give Trent a chance to catch the football. I think the ball hit the defender, to be honest with you.
I think it went off of Walker's shoulder and bounced forward, and I thought the flag was thrown to say you can't fumble the ball forward. I'm not sure what the muffed punt by Walker you're thinking was predicated on being interfered.
Catch interference is what I think the call is.
Okay.
And I think I think it was the right call. Walker was not even sure if he was willing to catch it because the guy was in his way.
Okay, here it is again. It's a distant replay we're seeing. Here comes the white hat, Cravon Barnett.
There's fouls by both teams on the play. Holding. Receiving team, number 13. Kick catch interference. Kicking team, number 26. Those penalties decline. 4th down.
Penalties
Replay.
offset. We'll just do it again, and that's okay. I mean, the catch. Okay, he did call for the fair catch, indeed, to Trent Walker, and the ball went off his helmet. I'm not so sure that. I'm not sure about the catch interference, Jim.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either, to be honest with you. The guy did give Trent a chance. I think sometimes on those deals, you kind of almost got to force the call. Just make contact with the guy. The guy's standing right there. He's crowding me. Just make contact with him and try to attempt to catch the ball, and you're going to be covered because the contact.
Another 4th and 7 punt from Liam Doherty. Trent Walker standing back at his 20. The Beavers leading at 17-10, 4:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. Doherty gets one of his deepest punts of the way of the night. Walker lets it bounce at the 5, and it bounces into the end zone. Touchback.
That's fair. Both teams had one of those. Boy, those are tough. I mean, you get it at the 1-yard line. So, oh, my goodness. Trent Walker way out at the 12-yard line, faking as if he was going to catch the ball. The ball bounced about the 5-ish, and did pop in the end zone. So the Beavers will start at the 20.
With the touchback, let's send it down to Ron Callan.
Well, Jimmy stole my thunder because exactly he put on a very good Hollywood act that a great director might want to hire, because he acted like he was going to catch the ball, and the ball was like 10 yards behind him when it landed.
The Beavers leading 17-10, get the ball back at their own 20. 4:28 to go in the 3rd. Cornell Hatcher Jr. in the backfield. Caulfield in motion. Cornell on a sweep to the right. Hit in the backfield. Shakes the tackle. Turns it up the seam. And drives ahead to the 29-yard line for a gain of 9 on 1st down. The coming out night for Cornell Hatcher Jr., Jimmy, tonight.
Yeah, I think the key to the run was making that first guy miss. It would have been a loss of yardage, maybe 1 or 2. But once he got that, it's like, man, I got to get upfield. And he went straight upfield and picked up 9 yards.
Cornell 7 carries, 46 yards. 2nd and 1 for the Beavers at their own 29. From the right hash, Maalik gives to Cornell. Cornell gets the 1st down, crosses the 30, then gang tackled there. But he does pick up the 1st down on 2nd and short. Good job inside by Houston to get to the ball quickly, led by Carlos Allen Jr. and Sione Fotu. But you needed 1 and you got 2. 1st and 10 Beavers.
Just checking the guys up front. Jacob Bolton, or Tyler Bolton has checked in. So it's Timotheo at right tackle with Bolton next to him, Wells, Sikorsky, and Strand up front.
Hatcher remains in as the running back. Gabe Milborn now the tight end at a wing right. Hatcher swings into motion in the left flat. Maalik looks that way, has a lot of time now, checks it down to Hatcher, makes the catch at the 35, goes down near the 37-yard line, a gain of 6. Nicely done by Maalik. He didn't have anybody open. He got the ball to his check down man, and I thought Cornell did a pretty good job to get 6 out of that.
A lot of good things. I mean, up front, the Houston Cougars just rushed 3, dropped 8, so there was nobody open down the field. Maalik had time, just stayed in there, took a outlet, and then Hatcher, like you said, Mike, picks up some extra yards after the catch. 2nd
down and short. 5, handoff to Hankerson, and Hank with a good run for the 1st down.
Oh, come on now.
And then at the end of the play, you've got Taz Reddix shoving back and forth with a Houston player. No flag comes out. That's good because you thought Taz might get hit for 1, but it's a 1st down for the Beavers out to the 44.
Taz shoves their guy shoves Taz. Now everybody's watching. Right. And Taz does it one more time. It's like, come on now, you got to know.
Well, Mark Dipple, a defensive tackle for Demosthenes Androkopoulos, also known as DeAndros, got into it with a Houston quarterback in the Astrodome back in 1970. Both the quarterback and Dipple ejected early in the 4th quarter the last time these two teams met. 1st and 10 Beavers from their own 44. Hankerson finds a lane to the left, gets close to midfield. Good tackle in open field. Hankerson, I thought, was going to get to the edge, and now more pushing and shoving at the end of the play after the tackle by Latrell McCutcheon Sr. Hankerson settles for the 49, a gain of 5, 2nd down and long 5 coming up.
Just straight inside zone running, where Oregon State literally blew Houston off the football right at the point of attack.
Near midfield with 1:18 to go in the third. Beavers leading 17-10. Maalik Murphy on the left hash out of shotgun. Van Wells over the ball. Volton by him at right guard. Good to see the big man back. Walker in motion. Give it to Hankerson on misdirection. Running left. Hankerson crosses the midfield stripe to the 49. A gain of 3. And it'll be third down and about 3 to go for the first. Before we see the next play, we want to pause a little past 10 o'clock on this late Friday night for station identification. 10-second break for ID. This is Beaver football from Learfield. Yeah.
I think
a false start. Okay,
I think
now
it
Jimmy,
goes against the defense.
3rd and 3. Movement by the defensive line. Then Josiah Timoteo, the right tackle, reacted to that movement. You think they're going to get the defense, huh, Jimmy?
Only Timoteo.
Offside. Okay. Defense. Number 36.
It was the left end.
Timo's to react. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
It was the left end. Timo's the right offensive tackle. Timo can adjust, can go. Anybody else? I thought the guard might have gone too.
Yeah.
That's no good.
But
only
Timo,
the guy that's affected. And Timoteo is that guy.
It is a first down via penalty. Jalen Garner, the guilty party. 21 seconds to go in the third. 1st and 10 Beavers at the Houston 44. Beavs leading 17-10. Maalik comes under center. Hankerson's his running back. Hank the handoff. Hank is hit hard and driven back on the final play of the third quarter. The Beavers will have a 2nd down and 9 from the Houston 43 when we go to the fourth quarter at Reser Stadium. The Beavers 17, Houston 10. The fourth quarter coming after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Beaver football is on the air. On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Show us some love. Be there for it. Go Beavers!
Hey, Beaver Nation. Here at Mr. Plywood, we know what it means to build. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Mr. Plywood goes beyond building decks, storage sheds, and fences. We help build the community. We offer family-style customer service with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help you with your next project. If you need hardwoods, plywood, fasteners, or help planning your next project, come down and pay us a visit. We would love to help you on your next project.
In Beaver Nation, every moment matters, from the roar of game day at Reser Stadium to the quiet victories off the field. That's where Unitas Community Credit Union comes in. We're your financial partner through life's defining moments, baby steps, big dreams, and everything in between. With empathy, expertise, and unwavering support, Unitas is here for you. Unitas Community Credit Union. You, us, Unitas, where everyone, every moment matters.
We go to the fourth quarter. The light show is on. The students into it. They've been into it from the start, and it has been a tremendous atmosphere and a good football game. The Beavers now trying to way to finish it. Going to the fourth, Oregon State 17, Houston 10. The Beavers will have a 2nd and 10 from the Houston 44. As we go to the fourth, the Beavers will be in Boone, North Carolina next week. The Beavers will travel to Houston next year. The Beavers, as Oregon State College, defeated Houston at Multnomah Stadium in 1960, 29-20. Then lost at Rice Stadium in 1961. And then in the last meeting, which we touched on here and there tonight, 55 years ago in the Astrodome, Houston won a Last second ball game, 19-16. Coach Andros just sick to his stomach. He said one of the toughest losses he ever experienced in what officially was known as the Harris County Domed Stadium. But Astrodome, of course, is what it became. And Mark Dipple told me today, it may have been the 8th wonder of the world, but it was miserable to play on. Hard turf, seams, tripping over stuff. He said it was a wondrous place and certainly the first of its kind, but not easy to play on, Jimmy.
Closed in 09 and still standing. Mike, in the third quarter, the Beavers outscored Houston 3-0. Out first down Houston 5-0. Outgained them 87-7 in yards. A good quarter for Oregon State. Not necessarily offensively, but defensively. Pitched a shutout, no first downs. I think 3 drives, all 3 and outs.
They're in a position now, and they need to have a good fourth quarter in both phases, but particularly right here on offense. They're in pretty good shape at the Houston 44 with a second down and 10 with a tenuous 1-score advantage, and they're hoping to change that on this possession.
Yeah, and I think you got to reach into your bag of tricks here in terms of, you saw that slant to Walker or, a tight end delay or Maalik running. I just don't see a downfield type pass.
Cornell Hatcher Jr. back in, 2nd and 10 from Maalik Murphy out of shotgun. Gives to Cornell. Cornell makes the first man miss, lowers the shoulder, and gets down to the 36-yard line of Houston, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd down and 2 and a chance for, I think, to use 2 downs to get the 2. Let's go below to Ron.
Just got a note from Sarah Elcano, Operations Director. 8,987 students, 4th largest ever to see a Beaver game.
Well, some of them have left on this late Friday night, but they've been a tremendous presence here. Thank you for that, Ron. And the official attendance tonight is 29,388. 3rd down and 2 for the Beavers at the Houston 36. And again, it looks like a chance to use 4 downs if necessary, but Cornell Hatcher Jr. will render a 4th down moot. He takes it up the middle for the first down to the Houston 34. Now, the officials haven't signaled yet for the chains to be moved. I think this should be a first down, Jimmy.
No, I thought they did. They're saying go.
Yeah, now they're
down, saying go.
Yeah, I think he did initially in the day. They were just a little slow on the uptake with the sticks.
Yeah, no, they were saying go.
Right. 1st and 10 Beavers at the Houston 34, leading 17-10, a minute in to the final quarter. From the right hash of slot left. Out of the pistol, Maalik Murphy with Cornell Hatcher behind him. Play action boot, half roll to the right underneath the Gabe Milborn. Milborn the catch, the tight end, and has a first down to the Houston 24-yard line.
I'm going to check. Milborn, I think that might be his first career catch, to be honest with you. I don't have him for, no catches on a year.
Yeah, and I will... I've got too many things flying around here in front of me. I will double check on that, but I believe you're right. 1st and 10 at the 24 for the Beavs. Trying to keep this drive alive and turn it to a 2-score game. Cornell Hatcher runs right, and he runs through a low tackle and gets inside the 20-yard line down to the 18 for a gain of 6 more. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Kind of slippery. It looked like he was going to get tackled out around the 21-yard line, but he just kind of ran by the tackle attempt at number 18. Ended up a 6-yarder,
6 yards on the play.
Every bit of 6 on first down.
Our instincts were right. Gabe Milborn's first career catch, getting the Beavers a first down. 2nd and 4 at the Houston 18 from the right hash. Cornell Hatcher, a good cut to the 10, to the 5. Hatcher Jr. into the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers. And with 12:34 to go in the fourth quarter, the Beavers 23 and Houston 10. What a night for Cornell Hatcher Jr.
Kind of a delay on the play. Hatcher's up to 82 yards and a touchdown. Just a tremendous drive by Oregon State. They had to convert.
The Beavers were late getting their last member of the PAT team in onto the field, which allows Houston to get a late defensive player in, and now the play clock is down to 0.
And the Beavers are just going to take the penalty.
And they'll take the penalty for a delay of game.
Interesting. You ask yourself, okay, what's worse?
Delay of game.
5 yards on a PAT,
5-yard penalty,
or a timeout.
Right.
And I think the answer's, I think you keep the timeout and kick your PAT.
That is what
8.
they chose to do. They take a 5-yard penalty, a late substitution enabled Houston to send a guy out. Let's send it quickly down to Ron Callan.
Well, Mr. Hatcher's getting a ton of love from everybody on the team, man. What a great performance he's had tonight.
12 carries, 82 yards, a touchdown from 18 yards out, his first career TD. Low snap gathered by Windsor. The point after by Caleb Ojeda, though, is good. And with 12:34 to play in the fourth quarter, the Beavers 24, Houston 10. We'll be back with the Beaver kickoff after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear truckin' awesome. Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, is this Pacific Source Health Plans?
This is a health plan.
I'm trying to reach Pacific Source. I know I'll get a person on the phone when I call them.
What do you think I am?
I mean, you sound like a person.
That's what counts.
Automated systems can do a lot, even sound a lot like people. What automated systems can't do is offer the quality our members rely on: empathy. When you call Pacific Source Health Plans, you'll talk to a person who cares.
What did you say your name was?
Nexa 9000.
Make weeknight dinners memorable with restaurant-quality side dishes from Main Street Bistro. Try pairing your favorite entree with our baked scalloped potatoes. Made with whole milk, cheddar cheese, fresh potatoes, and ready to share in minutes. With real ingredients you trust and made from scratch taste you crave, Main Street Bistro side dishes elevate an everyday meal into something special. Main Street Bistro refrigerated side dishes are available in your grocer's meat department. Restaurant quality, ready in minutes.
Dear truckin' awesome. Toyota Tundra's got heart-pounding horsepower. Tacoma is one rugged ride, and the 4Runner is tough as nails. Truck yeah. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Beavers with one of their best drives of the 2025 season have increased the lead to 24-10 with 12:34 to play in the game. 12 plays, 80 yards in 6 minutes and 54 seconds. Some key plays along the way turned in by the running back Cornell Hatcher Jr. and the completion, the first catch in the career of Gabe Milborn. Another first down play on that. It was an excellent drive, a good mix of the run and pass. And the Beavers have a 2-score lead again. They led 14-0, saw that trim to 14-10, and are now back up 24-10 with 12:34 to play in the game, penetrating the McDonald's red zone again, giving you a chance again to win $10,000 in Beaver experiences. Go to OSUBeavers.com/dreamyear. The red zone brought to you by McDonald's. And the Holt Ag Solutions scoring drive brought to you by Holt Ag Solutions. Grow bold with the straightforward and dependable tractors from Holt Ag Solutions. Cornell Hatcher Jr. It's not quite the same stage and the same sort of circumstances, but I remember a night game on a Thursday night, September 25th of 2008, 17 years ago, when a freshman running back had a breakout night on national television on ESPN, and Cornell Hatcher Jr. is having that kind of night for the Beavers here to help them build a 24-10 lead against Houston. Now here we go with another kind of hold your breath moment. Makai Muse taking the ball at the goal line, and the Beavers get him strung out this time and down at about the 17-yard line. Really good job by the Beavers special teams coverage here. Marquise Crosby getting down to make the tackle on Muse, who tried to go on a left return, and the Beavers had it well covered.
And the Beavers actually used Max Walker to kick that football off, maybe hoping to get a touchback or something different. But regardless of who kicked it, the Beavers got a Mekhi Muse down at the 17-yard line.
Well, that is good to see, and thank you for picking that up on Max, the consummate Seattle Mariners fan who's been a happy guy here of late. Back to throw goes Weigman. He's pressured. He rolls back and throws off his back foot, incomplete, into his own bench. The Beavers getting pressure up the gut. Kobe Singleton on a corner blitz, and Thomas Collins coming off the edge. 2nd down and 10 coming.
The guy who really was key was Collins, because Singleton flushed Weigman out to the right, but Collins contained him,
yeah.
and that was the key.
2nd down and 10 for Houston, trailing the Beavers 24-10, 12:20 to play in the 4th. From the pistol, turn and give, and a run to the left, and Dexter Foster along with Thomas Collins and Aiden Sullivan coming over to swarm down DJ Butler for a gain of maybe 2. It'll be 3rd down and a long 8 coming up for the 1st down.
Conrad Hussey getting into it with one of the Houston players way away from the football. Big 3rd down here.
3rd and 8, Trey Glasper matched up here. He had a pick earlier that set up the Beavers' first touchdown. Conrad Hussey matched up with a slot receiver left. 3rd down and 8 from the left hash. Weigman to throw. The pocket is pushed. Weigman backs up under duress and throws to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Amari Thomas.
They're saying he caught it.
Well, if he caught it, he's still well short of the 1st down. I thought Kobe Singleton was in good coverage. Short of the 1st down. 4th down and about 3 coming up, and the punting unit onto the field for Houston. A catch, but well short of the 1st.
And this ball was going to Cozio the whole way, working against Kobe Singleton. It was that Z route where he goes in and then pivots back to the outside. Good job by Singleton. Late. Oh, wow.
A penalty will be called against Houston for an illegal substitution. Trent Walker makes the catch at the 36. And that's pretty good field position, but the Beavers will have a decision to make.
I think you can get the 5 added.
Added in?
Yeah.
Okay. Take it after.
Take it at the end, yeah. Okay. Late touch. I don't know what that was.
Houston threw a guy in off to get a 11th man onto the field. He just ran onto the field.
I think they tried
from
to count
the sideline.
I think they tried
Here's
to
the
count.
call.
Illegal shift. Number 18 of the kicking team did not get set. That 5-yard penalty will be tacked on to the end of the kick. 1st down, Oregon State.
The Beavers will have the ball thus at their own 41 with 11:14 to play. Timeout on the field. The Beavers 24, Houston 10. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're a Beaver fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to Beavs Mobile, then you're leaving points on the field. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and Beavs Mobile contributes to OSU athletics every time you pay your monthly bill. No contract, no hidden fees, no reason to wait. Switch now to the only phone plan built for Beaver Nation and powered by T-Mobile. Visit BeavsMobile.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Cheering the Beavs to victory just isn't the same when you're not at the game. Experience the action live in Corvallis. From the Beaver Walk to tailgating traditions at Reser Stadium. But don't stop there. Extend your stay in beautiful Corvallis, where you'll find everything from a hop and craft brewery scene to wineries and great local eats. It's easy to plan your trip at visitcorvallis.com. So book all your home game weekends today and don't miss a beat of Beaver football fun. Visit Corvallis. Come for the game, stay to play.
Hey Beaver fans, Oregon State's tradition of excellence is now a winning pairing with Willamette Valley Vineyards Classic Oregon Wine. As a proud wine partner of Oregon State Athletics, we invite you to join us at any of our locations for world-class Pinot Noir, Pacific Northwest-inspired cuisine, and one-of-a-kind events. Learn more and plan your visit at WVV.com. That's WVV.com. Go Beavs!
The Beavers leading Houston 24-10 with 11:14 to play in the fourth quarter. The Beavers will have a 1st and 10 at their own 41. Jimmy, 2 weeks ago, and Houston had 2 weeks to prepare for this. While the Beavers were slugging it out last week down the road, Houston was off after the Cougars had defeated Colorado on a Friday night 2 weeks ago tonight. The Cougars rushed for 209 yards against Colorado and won handily 36-20. The week before, they'd rushed for 204 at Rice. The Beavers have held the Cougars to 57 yards rushing in the game. But, Jimmy, what they've done in the second half on defense has been spectacular.
Yeah, we are 11 minutes to go in the football game, and Houston has no first downs in the second half and just 15 total yards. And the Beaver defense, we mentioned it a little bit in the first half, where they're flying around. It looked like the old Trent Bray teams just flying around. And Houston kind of figured it out a little bit in the second quarter. But I love it. The Beavers come out of the locker room, and somehow the Beavers have all the answers.
Mike Parker, Jim Wilson, Ron Callan, Mike Shacker, Dylan Riggs, Colin Drews, the crew tonight. Thank you for riding along with us on this late Friday night. We'll be with you early next week, Pacific time, with a 3:30 kick in Boone, North Carolina. 12:30 here. We'll be on the air at 10:30 Pacific. Still some work to do here. Important work for the Beavers here on first down. Cornell Hatcher runs right. Hatcher keeps the legs driving. Fumbled the football, which goes out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. I worry a little bit about all that extra effort by Cornell. The kid has been running so hard and elusively. He picked up 4 yards to the 45.
Timeout for an injured player.
A Houston player slow to get up.
Boy, he just, number 4, Brandon Mack, the Jack linebacker on the left side. Cornell Hatcher he just airballed at the line of scrimmage.
There's got to be some deception going on with Hatcher.
There is, because I talked about it. He had a run last possession. It was a 6-yard gain, but at about the +2, number 18 for the defense had a shot at him, and Hatcher just kind of slipped right by him. And this play, right at the line of scrimmage, number 4 is right there to make the play, and he just ended up just on his wallet with nothing. And Hatcher was just running for, not a huge gain, 3 or 4, but those are 3 or 4 big yards.
The young man out of Corona Centennial High School in Southern California having a huge night. 13 carries, 86 yards and a touchdown. The Houston defender was slow to get up. He gets up now, walking off under his own power. The Beavers will have a 2nd and 6 from their own 45 with 11:06 to play, leading 24-10. Let's send it below to Ron.
You know, guys, as far as Cornell Hatcher Jr., he's been elusive. He's been tough. But my favorite moment of the night, maybe in the whole game, was his burst of speed on that touchdown run. He can turn up the Jets.
Yeah, he's shown a lot of different dimensions tonight, and it's really been fun to watch a young man that is coming into his own tonight. He's related, by the way, to former Beavers Armand Hatcher and Charles Hatcher.
Now, I remember Armand Hatcher for sure.
Good family.
And Charles Hatcher.
Yeah. So, Cornell Hatcher Jr., 2nd and 6 for the Beavers. A 4-yard pickup on first down. And with 10:57 to play in the game, the injured player off the field.
And the clock's running.
And the clock does run, and the Beavers still have a full 23, 22 and counting down, and they're in no hurry to break huddle because the clock is indeed their friend now. The Beavers will deploy a slot left to the field side. Trent Walker inside of Eddie Freehoff. David Wells, the short split right to the boundary. Hankerson, the running back. Hank runs hard to the right, and Hank gets a first down into Houston territory to the 48. Getting in there behind Jacob Strand, pulling along with Nathan Ellu, and a good run to the right, and the Beavers pick up a first down.
Boy, those guys on the right side just got movement. I mean, Hank had a chance to kind of poke around before deciding his ultimate direction, but the movement that happened in front of him, that's Tyler Volton and Josiah Timoteo just pushing the defenders off the football.
Van Wells also leading interference. Good job by the entire O-line on the first 2 carries on this sequence. 9:50 to play on first down. Hank with a good cutback. Started left, cut it up the field, and gets to the Houston 45, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7, and that clock running beautifully. 9:37, 9:36, and counting down. And Jimmy, you were saying you can run time. This is right now, if the Beavers can keep running it, that's the best thing they can do.
Yeah, I think I said the Beavers need a 5 or 6 minute drive, and I don't care what happens at the end. Which, of course,
kind of. I know what you
kind of do, but.
2nd and 7 for the Beavers at the Houston 45, leading the Cougars 24-10, 9:13 to play in the game. Out of shotgun, Maalik gives to Hatcher. Cornell doesn't have much this time, and Houston's able to throw him back. He did get inside the 45 to the 43, picked up a couple. That clock continues to run. The Beavers will have a 3rd down and 6 for the 1st down. 3rd and a long 5.
There was a time when Oregon State, the 3rd down conversion rate has been okay the whole game. I think when we were bemoaning Houston being 5 for 8, the Beavers were 4 for 7, now 5 for 11. So both teams are actually still doing okay on 3rd down.
Houston is 0 for 4 in the second half. 8.5 to play in the game. The play clock is down to 4 and to 3 with the Beavers working at the right hash with Maalik out of shotgun. Play action fake. Maalik double pumps and throws incomplete. Whether it was complete play action or you almost feel like that gives. I was liking to see the Beavers run it there. I thought they were going to run it 3rd and 5. Play action incomplete pass 4th and 5 at the Cougar 43, leading 24-10. And it's either time for the Maalik Murphy punt or the Windsor punt here, Jimmy. You don't want to.
It's Malik's going to punt.
Okay, he'll punt it.
I don't think
it's
they're
the
going
right
for it.
play.
Yeah, no, you have a 14-point lead, 8 minutes left. Your defense has been just money.
Maalik in shotgun, 4th and 5, and he does drop the ball down and kick it away, and it went off the side of his foot and goes out of bounds. The net is not particularly good. The walk-up will take the football all the way up to the 24-yard line. So it's about a 19-yard punt. However, that's still the better play.
Yeah, no, if you go for it out around the 40 and they get the stop, that's where they'll pick up stakes. But again, I think Malik's, he's actually kind of trying to finesse it, he's worried about, he doesn't want to kick it into the end zone because from that distance, I think he can.
Yeah. Houston will have it at the 24. The door is still open, though, for the Cougs. The Beavs did some good things, but didn't have the type of drive they wanted to try to put this thing away. So, with 8:17 to play in the 4th, the Cougars with the ball at their own 24 when we return. Oregon State 20, Houston 10 on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Kohl's Cash is turning 20, and to celebrate, Kohl's is giving you the gifts. All month, you can enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 Kohl's Cash. Plus, get epic deals on cozy favorites, home must-haves, and more right now. Yep, we were gonna throw a party, but this is better. Cue the confetti and the savings at Kohl's. Offer in September 28th. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Whether you're cleaning up to host a backyard game day party or just powering through your fall projects, you can count on the performance of Steel. From blowers to chainsaws, Steel tools are built to go the distance. With legendary quality and real dealer support, you'll find the right tool and the right team for every job. Steel, proud supporter of your Oregon State Beavers.
Beaver Nation, when you buy tires at Les Schwab, you get America's best tire warranty. That's included with every set of tires. 60-day satisfaction guarantee and no hassle road hazard protection. Other places make you pay extra for that, but not Les Schwab. Visit Les Schwab today to learn more. 8:17 to play in the fourth quarter. The Beavers 24, Houston 10. The Cougars will have the ball at their own 24. The school that gave us Fuzzy Zeller, Kermit Zarley, Fred Couples, Nick Faldo. Jim Nance also was on the Houston golf team. Pretty good hoopers, too, in Clyde, Hakeem.
Elvin Hayes.
Yeah, Elvin, the Big E.
You got to go back a ways on that one.
1st and 10 for Houston at its own 24 on the football side of things for the first time ever in Corvallis. Weigman out of shotgun. Over the middle, it's caught by Amari Thomas for the first down. On the slant, catching it across the 35 to the 36, a gain of 12. The first down of the second half for Houston. 8 minutes to play in the game, 24-10 Beavers.
And Houston definitely working sort of a 2-minute drill or a 4-minute drill.
They'll run it on first down, and breaking a tackle with excellent running is their number 21. Cornell Hatcher has been brilliant tonight for the Beavers. Stacy Sneed broke a tackle. It would have been a no-gain play. He spun out of a tackle at the line of scrimmage and picks up another first down. This one to midfield. 1st and 10 from the left hash. Back-to-back first downs after none to this point in the second half. Pass comes underneath to Sneed. We'll have a holding penalty called against Houston. Sneed caught it for a gain of about 6, but there is a flag, and this one will be sending the Cougars back.
Definitely the left tackle.
Here's the
holding.
call.
Offense, number 79, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Alvin Abasale, and what happened, Mike, is I think it was Hickel working against him, or it might have been Nico Taylor, but he bull rushed him. And he knocked the tackle back on his back, and the old move is then you pull the guy down on top of you. And the official right on the play, he waited to throw that flag. I was concerned that he wasn't going to.
1st and 20 for the Cougars back at their 41. 7:17 to play, a 2-touchdown Beaver lead. Sitting down and making the catch is Sneed out to the 44. The Beavers surround Sneed in a hurry. It's a short gain of 3. 2nd down and 17. Under 7 minutes to play. The Beavers leading 24-10. Weigman, from the left hash. Comes back to the right, and it's incomplete. Throwing it behind Amari Thomas. 3rd down coming up. Conrad Hussey in coverage. And it's a big play here for the Beaver defense. 3rd down and about 12 for the first.
Let's hear it, Reeser.
In my mind, that was a good pass by Connor Weigman, in that he threw it. It was a back shoulder throw, but not on the sideline, but out in the middle of the field. But that's where the opening was. And Amari Thomas just unable to read it in time to make the play.
3rd and 12 for Weigman and the Cougars from their own 44. Taking the shotgun pass on 3rd and 17. The pass complete to Amari Thomas, which gives them a chance to go for it. Now, it's short of the first down, but it gets into Beaver territory to the 43, and Houston gets to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. They picked up a good chunk, and it leaves them with a 4th down, needing to get to the Beaver 39. On 4th and 4, Weigman to throw, surveys, throws on the shallow cross, and it's caught for the first down. Boy, no first downs, and they're picking up in bunches. Amari Thomas the catch. First down, Houston to the Oregon State 27.
Just the problem was just too much time to throw as he sat back in that pocket. He had a lot of time, and you just hard to guard guys for that long.
1st and 10 at the 27 right hash. Weigman to throw. Houston getting some rhythm. Late pressure comes, and the pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown for Houston. Boy, just like that. And with that door left open, we talked about it. The Beavers needed more out of the last drive. They got nothing, essentially. And now Stephon Johnson, a touchdown reception from 27 yards out on a beautifully thrown ball. And it's a one-score game. The Beavers 24, Houston 16 with 5:59 to play.
And we said all along, it's the Beavers offense is going to have to get some things done. The defense has been good. Houston got the ball. It was all aerial. I mean, they did run it once. It was a nice run by Sneed. But they knew right now we're going all aerial, 5 wide. Dean Connors not even in the game.
2 minutes, 18 seconds for the drive. That changes the complexion of the game quickly. 5:59 to play, and it is up to the Beaver offense to get some first downs, run clock, and score at the end of it.
That will do it.
5:59 to play, but Houston has cut it quickly to a one-score affair. The Beavers 24, Houston 17 will keep things here for the Houston kickoff coming up. Oregon State Credit Union is the official credit union of OSU Athletics. You can join right now. Visit OregonStateCU.com/join.
You know, in my previous days as a high school coach, an offensive coordinator, you're always thinking first downs. You're always thinking first downs. You're always thinking one play, the next play. Even as the play's going in, you're thinking about the next play. And that's what Ryan Gunderson's doing right now. He's going through his Rolodex on his plays and what the best stuff. And I think the best stuff right now is you got to find Trent Walker and you got to use Hatcher. Now you got to find the right plays, you know, because Houston's going to gang up at the line of scrimmage and try to make Oregon State pass the ball to beat them. And that's where I say Trent Walker has to re-energize.
David Wells calls for a fair catch. It looked as though he was instructed to do so. And he took it at the 3, and the Beavers will start at the 25-yard line after Houston. Boy, football is such a crazy thing, isn't it, Jimmy? Nothing. 15 yards throughout the second half and no first downs. 7 plays, 76 yards in 2 minutes, 18 seconds, and they're right back in it at 24-17.
They had a 4th down conversion. That's obviously a key play, but the play before it, when they picked up about
on 3rd and 17, they got about 14.
About 13 or 14. Yeah, that was a big play.
1st and 10, Beavers at their own 25. The lead cut to 7. Milborn in motion. Hatcher, the running back. Cornell, the handoff. Cornell takes it on the inside zone over the left side across the 25 to the 27. It's a modest pickup of 2. 2nd down and 8. The Beavers only possessed the ball about 250 in their last possession, Jimmy, and that's where they left the door open in that sense. And it's wide open now. The Beavs need to do some work.
And pretty, you know, in Houston territory.
Right. 2nd and 8. This crowd quiets. A little nervous time here. Hatcher runs to his left. Cornell looking for a lane. He'll be stopped just at the 30-yard line, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd down and nearly 6 for the first down.
I think it's going to be right at 5, but this is a huge play, Mike. I mean, we're talking about not wanting to give the ball back, especially when an offense is hot. They just want it back. Get it back to us. Get it back to us.
3rd and 5 for the Beavers at their own 30. Leading 24-17. We're down to 4:50 to play in the game, and the Beavers end up with an empty with Anthony Hankerson, part of a 5-man receiving core. Maalik Murphy to throw over the middle, in and out of the hands of Trent Walker. 4th and 5, and Houston has flipped this game suddenly. Of a sudden, they flipped it.
Yeah, and it almost looked like Trent Walker was playing defense on that, knocking the ball away from the defender, number 24.
On comes the punting unit. Rook Brown was the aforementioned 24 cover man. The Beavers go 3 and out. The snap to A.J. Windsor. He doesn't get a particularly good punt away. Makai Muse with a chance to return it to the 25. Hit by Harlem Howard at the 30. Breaks away from Gabe Milborn there and takes it up to the 36. So Houston in really good shape here, Jimmy. With the ball back after a hot drive to score and cut it to 24-17. They get it right back with 4.5 to play. Plenty of time, not an issue. 24-17 Beavers.
And probably thinking 4 downs if you need it. I mean, they're depending on it. You know, if it's 4th and 10 right here outside at, you know, at 3:30 or something like that, I don't think so. But as this drive unfolds, it'll turn into 4-down country.
Houston Slade Nagel dialed up some big plays as the OC reuniting with Willie Fritz, whom he worked with at Tulane. The Beavers bring pressure on 1st down. Amari Thomas the catch and gets about 8 out to the 44-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and a long 2, and Houston on the ball quickly with Connor Weigman beginning to develop a rhythm and ready to go. On 2nd down, throws it to the outside, caught by Koziel, run out of bounds at midfield. 1st down, Houston.
And you can see where almost looks like Weigman, this is what he prefers.
Yeah.
They wanted to grind it out. That didn't work. And now the one-time 5-star and in some circuits the top-rated quarterback in the country, this is what he wants to do.
from midfield, right hash, 1st and 10 at the 50. Slings it with a sidearm delivery, incomplete to the right sideline, intended for Dean Connors. 2nd down and 10 from midfield. 3:48 to play. 24-17 Beavers. The Cougars with all 3 timeouts.
And Houston's doing a little better job of picking up the Beavers' pressures. Each time Oregon State is sending an extra guy that's just coming from somewhere else. The play before, the Beavers lined up 3 at the line of scrimmage, but brought 5.
Kobe Singleton and Trey Glasper, the corners. Trey had his first career pick, setting up the Beavers' first touchdown back in the first quarter. Skylar Thomas, Shaheem Patterson at safeties. The Beavers bring some late pressure. Pass is caught, and down the middle goes Cozio. He will score for the touchdown on the seam route, and Houston a PAT away from tying the game. On a 50-yard touchdown pass from Connor Weigman to his top target, the tight end Tanner Cozio, making the catch and pulling away to score untouched.
I didn't see who the defender on the play was, but he made a gamble that I'm going to go for the ball, and once he did not get the ball, Cozio had a clear path to the end zone, and like we've been saying, it's going to boil down to the Beaver offense.
Ethan Sanchez poised to tie the football game up with a PAT. Houston has not missed one in 2025. 50-yard touchdown pass, and now with Sanchez's PAT try, it's good, and we're tied. And the last few minutes of this football game, that was a 51-second drive. The last 3 minutes and change disastrous for the Beavs, and we start over. 3:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Houston scores 14 straight. The Beavers 24, the Cougars 24. The Houston kickoff coming up, and we'll keep things here with the Beavs. Jimmy, now, as you said, there is some pressure on the Beavs, way more right now than Houston.
Well, there was pressure, I felt, last drive.
Yeah.
To get something done in terms of clock and moving the football, and that didn't necessarily work out, and the other team went and scored, and then they did it, again. Big picture, Mike, I think if you said, Jim, there's 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, it's tied, you get the football. I'd say I'll take my chances. I mean, I don't know how we got to that point. Obviously, the Beavers had the ball, and I'll finish this thought after the kickoff.
David Wells juggles the ball as he brings it upfield. Wells is tackled. Good open field tackle at about the 19-yard line. So eschewing the fair catch. Tremendous coverage on the part of the Houston Cougars to get David Wells down. A good job by Dylan Gayton. And the Beavers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 19 in a 24-24 tie.
Mike, things were a little better when the Beavers had the ball with 11-17 in the game, up 14.
Right.
Lots changed since then.
Maalik Murphy on 1st down, throws over the middle to Taz Reddix. Taz makes the catch, drives it ahead for about 9 yards out to the Oregon State 28. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And that's a good 1st down hit for Taz Reddix, who makes his first catch of the night.
Yeah, the receivers have not gotten many looks.
3:15 to play, tied at 24. Maalik Murphy out of shotgun, gives it to Hankerson. Hank gets the 1st down as he gets to just shy of the 30-yard line. So a fresh set of downs for the Beavers. The perfect scenario, of course, is just to run this thing down, get into field goal. I mean, the field goal is no automatic the way things have operated, but the best case scenario is just to run this thing down and get into that kind of range, Jimmy, break the tie and win the football game. 1st and 10 from their own 30.
The Beavers are 1 for 2 on field goals. They made one. They had a 49-yard kick at the end of the half blocked.
Hankerson remains in, a slot right. Maalik Murphy out of shotgun. Maalik with an RPO. Sets up to throw and will take a shot to an open receiver. Incomplete. Taz Reddix was wide open. The ball wasn't thrown perfectly, but it should have been caught by Taz, who was uncovered. And now it's 2nd and 10 for the Beavers at the 30. That would have got him down around the Houston 40-yard line.
There was the play. The ball's underthrown slightly, but it just needs, I think, to be caught.
Yeah.
And that's a huge opportunity lost, because that was the play. I mean, forget what you go to the game. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Right. 2:28 to play in the game, tied at 24. Houston with 14 quick points. Hand off to Hankerson running right. Hank gets a modest gain to the 32-yard line, but it leaves the Beavers with a 3rd down and 8. Tough down in distance, and I think they're going to let it run down to the 2-minute timeout before they run the play and have some time to talk about it.
Yeah, and Mike, Houston on 3rd down, what they've done is they brought pressure. That's been their MO, and it's a really tricky call. I think if you're anticipating pressure, sometimes the screen is your play, delay,
2 minutes,
something along those lines. But Oregon State absolutely does not want to give the football back at this point in time. I mean, that's an eternity, 2 minutes, and all their timeouts over on the other side. And a hot offense that has scored touchdowns on their last 2 drives. One of them took less than a minute.
Yeah, they've been
so
about 3 minutes.
this is Oregon State needs to win this game on offense. And we talked about before the game, 28 points is what it's going to take. 27 might
be enough. We'll see. 2 minutes to play in the 4th. Houston has scored 14 straight to pull even. The Cougs 24, the Beavers 24. 2 minutes to play. The Beavers with a 3rd and 8 from their own 32 when we return on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
The Oregon Air Guard is Oregon's hometown Air Force. Who says you have to go far to put down roots? With offices in Portland, Vancouver, Beaverton, Albany, Bend, Klamath Falls, Grants Pass, and Medford, we have recruiters across the state that will help you discover where you can serve part-time right here in Oregon. The Oregon Air Guard offers 100% tuition paid for in-state colleges and universities, world-class technical training, and the ability to help you achieve your goals. The best way to predict the future is to write it yourself. We're proud to partner with OSU Athletics. Go Beavs!
Go Beavs!
OSUIVEVERS! Cheering the Beavs to victory just isn't the same when you're not at the game. Experience the action live in Corvallis. From the Beaver Walk to tailgating traditions at Reser Stadium. But don't stop there. Extend your stay in beautiful Corvallis, where you'll find everything from a hop and craft brewery scene to wineries and great local eats. It's easy to plan your trip at visitcorvallis.com. So book all your home game weekends today and don't miss a beat of Beaver football fun. Visit Corvallis. Come for the game, stay to play.
Bring chef-inspired recipes home to your dinner table with side dishes from Main Street Bistro. Try pairing your favorite entree with Main Street Bistro roasted garlic and rosemary potatoes. Made with baby red and yellow potatoes, roasted to perfection and ready to serve and share in minutes. With real ingredients you trust and made from scratch taste you crave, Main Street Bistro refrigerated side dishes are available in your grocer's meat department. Restaurant quality, stay-at-home comfort.
If you'd like to be able to sync up audio with the video while watching and listening to games, well, Sync My Game can get that done for you. Go to syncmygame.com to find out how to sync up audio and video while you're watching Oregon State athletic events. Syncmygame.com. That's where you can find out how. 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. The Beavers in Houston tied at 24. In just electrifying fashion, Houston turning a 24-10 deficit into a 24-24 tie after being essentially stymied at every turn throughout the 3rd quarter and early into the 4th. Houston has struck back with 2 touchdowns in a little over 3 minutes to pull even in their last 2 possessions. Now the Beavers facing a 3rd and 8 from their 32, and if they don't convert, the idea of giving the ball back to Houston makes, I think, Beaver Nation rather squeamish. So it's a big play here. From the right hash mark, Maalik Murphy in shotgun, flanked by Anthony Hankerson. Kaz Reddick's in motion with Trent Walker alongside. Pressure comes. Maalik Murphy rolls and throws under duress, and it's incomplete.
That has been the MO.
And the Beavers will punt, and they're in real trouble.
On 3rd down, that has been the Houston MO. They bring in that extra guy. get Maalik off his spot. And they were going to try to go to Trent Walker down at the bottom of the screen, but Murphy was running for his life to the right, the whole other direction.
Boy, this has taken just an unbelievable turn in the last few minutes, and now the Beavers need to execute in the punt game. A.J. Windsor would love to drive one out. He had a 66-yarder last week in Eugene. He does not hit the ball well here. Mekhi Muse will field it on a couple of hops at the 23, and the Beavers in good coverage get him down at the 26 with Jaheim Patterson and Gabe Milborn in coverage. But Houston, with all 3 timeouts, 1:45 to play in a 24-24 tie, and a hot offense with the football. The Beavers hoping they forced the only turnover of the season that Houston is committed to set up the Beavers' first score way back in the first quarter. Trying to do something disruptively here. Shamar Meikle and Nico Taylor on the edges. JoJo Johnson and Thomas Collins inside. Connor Weigman has gotten hot. And the Beavers will try to change that here now. On first down, Weigman to throw and gets it out on the quick hitch to the 30, to the 35. First down and more for Amari Thomas all the way out to the 44-yard line. Gain of 17 in their pressing field goal range for Sanchez. Clock running, 1:36 to play, tied at 24. Weigman out of the gun. They have the luxury to run now with Connors. Connors hit by Collins and goes down at the 49-yard line of Houston, a pickup of about 5 more.
I remember a long time ago in this game when I said, look at the balance on Houston. 72 yards passing, 72 yards rushing. Now they're at about 74 rushing and 250 passing.
2nd and 5, incomplete on the pitch to the Oregon State sideline intended for Stephon Johnson. 3rd down and 5 here.
Big play here now, because if you're Houston, probably not the time to take a risk.
Right. 1:07 to play. 3rd down and a long 5 for the Cougars at their own 49 in this 24-24 tie. Chainsaw and the students making some noise. The Beavers bring pressure. Houston picks it up. Pass to the outside is incomplete. Kobe Singleton in coverage. And Houston with a decision here, and they should punt the ball, Jimmy, I think. It's 4th down and almost 6 near midfield, and they will send the punting unit out.
That's the absolute. You can't
give the Beavers the game by going not getting it.
If you don't get it, you could very well lose the game.
So the Beavers get a stop. Houston in punt formation. The pass was intended again for Stephon Johnson. Liam Doherty gets the punt away. This should result in a touchback, but Trent Walker, well, he makes the fair catch at the 10. I get it. You don't want to get pinned deeper. Now with 56 seconds to play, Walker the catch. The Beavers with the football, 1st and 10 at the 10. All 3 timeouts tied at 24.
Boy, you need an explosive somewhere along the way, Mike. I mean, one of a 30-yard gain, a 40-yard gain, something where somebody gets a seam and they get some extra stuff.
A little bit like the play you had with Taz Briggs on the last.
Yeah, let's run that one.
He was open and slightly underthrown by Maalik. That was a huge play, but credit the Beaver defense for at least preventing that hot Houston offense from staying hot. The Beavers with the football back from their 10. Anthony Hankerson up the middle. Hankerson to the 13-yard line. And who will take the timeout? The Beavers or Houston? Houston will. Okay, yeah, that's their plan. They want the ball back. And the Beavers have all 3 of theirs left.
Timeout. Houston. Their first of the half.
Houston has 2 left.
Seconds.
A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 50 seconds to play.
Please set the game clock to 51 seconds.
They'll add 1. 51 seconds. 2nd and 7 for the Beavers from their own 13 in this 24-24 tie. Before we do anything else, as we hit 11 o'clock on this pleasant Friday in the Pacific Northwest here in the Mid-Valley, we want to pause and let our network stations identify themselves. 10-second break for station ID. This is Beaver football from Learfield. 2nd and 7 for the Beavers at their own 13. Tied at 24. 51 seconds to play. Eddie Freehoff in motion. Misdirection to Hankerson running left. Hank picks his lane and dives ahead to about the 19-yard line, short of the first down. And Houston will take the timeout.
Thank you.
That's a little surprising to me, given the down and distance.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it.
Timeout. Houston. They're second of the half.
I'm a little surprised.
It will be 30 seconds.
At 3rd and 1.
Game clock operator, can you please set the game clock at 43 seconds?
3rd and a long one, but one after a nice run by Hankerson. I thought Houston would make the Beavers decide what they wanted to do. Houston takes it.
Yeah, each time.
Yeah.
I would not have if I was Houston, but if Oregon State's able to pick up the first down, then just like we saw at the end of the first half, the pendulum switches a little. Oregon State can then be more aggressive because they do then have the ability to run it out if they have to.
24-24. The Beavers had a 24-10 lead and possession with 11:17 to play, and things changed thereafter. Now tied at 24, 43 seconds to play in the fourth. The Beavers with a 3rd down and 1. And an I formation with Reichel and Hankerson and Maalik Murphy under center, and gives it to Reichel, and Reichel pushes the pile and gets the first down to the 21. Big night for Jake Reichel tonight. He had a rushing touchdown earlier, picked up another big run earlier. Now Trent Bray will take the timeout. The Beavers pick up the first down. Now the shoe's on the other foot in that sense. 40 seconds to play. First down Beavers at their own 22.
Good timeout. And I'll tell you why. Sometimes people, well, there was already a stoppage, but Oregon State had to substitute because Reichel was in the game. Now Reichel runs off. Houston's just going to trot some guy out, and it's going to take them 15 seconds before the Beavers can run a play. So Trent just took the timeout. And so they're going to have 40, and they can talk about it a little bit. I think you got to try to take a gas shot here. If you get to where it doesn't work out, you can force Houston to use a timeout, and if the Beavers could run the half out right now if they wanted.
But taking the timeout, they're thinking about, I think you're right, about a big chunk play and trying to get themselves in position to try to win this game in regulation. 1st and 10 at their own 22, 40 seconds to play, tied at 24. Houston, 1 timeout remaining. The Beavers have 2. Maalik Murphy empty, but now Anthony Hankerson comes from the wide receiver spot to join Maalik in the backfield. Murphy out of shotgun, play action. Throws on the end cut, caught by Trent Walker. Walker with a catch and a first down out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 18. The clock stops with the chains moved. 34 seconds to play, and that gives the Beavers a look as they get closer now to midfield. The clock begins to run, 30 seconds to play in the fourth. Pass to the outside, caught. Nice catch by Caulfield. Then he dropped the ball out of bounds. I think they're going to call it a catch, and then the ball goes out of bounds at the Oregon State 47. It would be a gain of 7.
The ruling on the field, the ball was caught and fumbled backwards out of bounds. Clock will start on the snap.
Yeah, I think the Beavers didn't get a very good mark because the ball got batted actually out of bounds by the defender.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought it went out of bounds closer. Well, I don't know.
It's about right.
I thought it was closer to the 48, but we're talking about a yard.
2nd and 3 for the Beavers at the 47 in Oregon State territory. 24 seconds to play, tied at 24. Hankerson settles in again with Maalik Murphy in the backfield. Maalik out of shotgun to throw. Maalik fires toward the sideline, broken up, intended for Caulfield, incomplete. Now 3rd and 3 for the Beavers from their own 47 with 20 seconds to play in regulation.
And this is where, Mike, it's 3rd and 3. I'd actually, if you could, take a bit of a chance. And because there's only 20 seconds, right? You got the defense thinking they got to cover the 3. So maybe a double move, something where you get the ball down the field. And if you have to punt it, you punt it. You're going to leave the other team with about 15 seconds.
Bryce Caulfield motions from left to right. Zach Hard in the game. Split left. The Beavers run it on 3rd and 3, and it's Hankerson lowering the shoulder and picks up the first down, and Trent Bray will take a timeout as the Beavers get to the 49-yard line of Houston on a 3rd down and 3 run for the first by Hank. The Beavers with 1 timeout remaining.
It's a big one.
Oregon State, their second of the half.
15 seconds to play at the Houston 49.
I think you got two chances here, and both of these plays have to be aimed at getting the ball down to the 30-yard line. So you're out at the 49-yard line. You're looking at 20-yard plays, and I think a play that takes, you get the ball down the field, it's going to take a little longer, 7-8 seconds. I think you have a chance to take a couple of shots, but I don't think you can inch it down there. You got to hit it. You got to hit something that's big, and then the Beavers will use their final timeout if the ball is caught in the middle of the field.
The Beavers have rushed for 189 yards tonight. Cornell Hatcher Jr. 16 for 93. Anthony Ankerson 23 for 74. 24-24. 15 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. The Beavers with a 1st and 10 at the Houston 49 with one timeout remaining. The Beavers go empty. The ball in the middle of the field. Hankerson comes from empty, though, to settle in next to Maalik. Trips to the right with Murphy out of shotgun. Maalik to throw. The pass tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. 2nd and 10 with 11 seconds to play. The Beavers at the Houston 49.
I don't think that play was going to be good anyway. If that ball got completed, Mike, I think it'd have been good for 7 or 8 yards and a timeout because it would have been in the middle of the field.
11 seconds to work with. You feel like you maybe have one more shot.
You got right here.
To get the ball into field goal range.
Yeah, and you do have the timeout.
Yeah. 11 seconds to play. 2nd and 10. The Beavers at the Houston 49. Caleb Ojeda's made a 53-yarder in the opening week against Cal. Split backs. Murphy to throw. Hit as he throws. Gets it over the middle to Walker. The catch. Down he goes at the 28. 5 seconds to play. Trent Bray runs up and calls the final timeout. And the Beavers will have the shot to win it with a field goal attempt from Caleb Ojeda. 5 seconds to play. A big hit from Maalik Murphy to Trent Walker.
That is their 3rd and final.
Boy, that's a good pass. I mean, he threw it to the open area. He wasn't necessarily throwing it to Trent Walker. He was, but he threw it to where Trent could get it, and the 4 defenders around him couldn't. And we knew that, I kept saying it was going to come down to Walker making a play down the field, and now it comes down to a special teams kick. And Oregon State, with what would be a monumental victory here, especially sweet if the special teams can close the deal.
The ball on the right hash mark. Houston has a timeout if they want to use it. It'll be a 47-yard attempt for Caleb Ojeda, and Houston will take its timeout.
Timeout. Houston, the 3rd and final.
The Beavers
will be 30 seconds.
Are using Cameron Smith here, Jimmy, not Caleb Ojeda.
So that maybe Ojeda got hurt.
Yeah, he made a tackle on a play, I remember, and so Cameron Smith is the kicker.
Well, that's what would explain the kickoff by
Max Walker.
Yeah.
Well, Cameron Smith thrust into the spotlight.
Didn't he just arrive a few weeks ago?
to try to win this game for the Beavers. No timeouts for either team, so this is it.
47.
Cameron Smith called upon to try to win it from 47 yards right hash. Will Haverland will make the snap. A.J. Windsor the hold, and Cameron Smith in his Beaver debut in terms of trying to make a kick has it blocked. Houston can pick it up and run it, and the ball trickles around and goes down and will go to overtime. So Houston keeps the Beavers from winning it in regulation, blocking their 2nd field goal attempt by the Beavers tonight. In overtime will be coming 24-24. Houston celebrates a sigh of relief, a huge exhale. They rallied dramatically in the 4th. The Beavers got their nice hit to get the ball down the field with a chance to at least attempt the field goal and win it. Well, they attempted it, but it was blocked. And so Cameron Smith, the sophomore transfer from American River College in Loomis, California. Kind of an anticlimactic moment, to be sure. The kick blocked. We will take a break and come back with overtime at Reser Stadium. The Cougars 24, the Beavers 24. To overtime we go next on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether it's game night or family night, Main Street Bistro's rich and savory selection of refrigerated side dishes makes it easy to serve restaurant-inspired meals any night of the week. Try pairing your favorite entree with our creamy, delicious twice-baked potatoes, fully baked and made with real whole milk and sharp cheddar cheese for a memorable meal that's sure to win the hearts of everyone at the table. Find Main Street Bistro sides in your grocer's meat department.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Any questions? Nope.
Well, here we go with the coin toss to decide, who wins the toss and the choice.
Tails is the call.
Here we go. The white hat, Cravon Barnett. Tails called by Houston.
It is tails.
One defense.
One defense.
So Houston wins the toss and obviously will make the choice to go on defense.
Houston
first.
won the toss and has elected to go on defense. First down, Oregon State.
So the Beavers, Jimmy, in the Kansas plan overtime will have it at the 25 of the Cougars in a 24-24 tie. Cameron Smith, the transfer kicker from American River College, was attempting a 47-yarder to win it. It was blocked. And so here we are in overtime after Maalik Murphy had hit a 20-yarder to Trent Walker to give the Beavers the chance. And for the second time tonight, the Beavers field goal unit has a field goal block. One at the end of the first half that certainly now looms large, and clearly one here at the end of the second half in which the Beavers could have won the game.
Either one of them would have been enough, and give the Beavers credit from going from their own 10, which is a little bit tenuous.
Yeah.
They had two jobs. One is to make sure that Houston didn't get it back, and then after they got a first down, then they sort of hit the accelerator, got the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line. But again, the special teams, it's been an adventure this year.
Now, real pressure on the Beaver offense, which has scuffled after building the lead to 24-10 to score. A fake toss to Cornell Hatcher. Maalik Murphy checks it down to Cornell along the right sideline, and Cornell with a very short gain, maybe a yard to the 24 when he's run out of bounds. So second down and 9 coming up.
A win for the Houston defense on first down, and it must have been good coverage because there was a fake toss, and then Maalik had time to survey the field, but could not find a receiver.
Gain of 1, second and 9 at the Houston 24. Kansas playing overtime, the ball tied at 24. The Beavers getting the ball first. Taz Reddick's in motion, the ball on the right hash mark. Maalik fakes it, throws it to Reddick's underneath. Taz the catch on the right sideline and has a first down to the Houston. Oh, no, not quite. Pardon me. He's short. Down. I thought he picked it up. He goes out of bounds at the 16. So the Beavers will have a third down and 1.
I think it's Tyler Morano coming in the game. Is that
It is,
Tyler?
yes, it is.
But is he taped up on his right hand? I don't remember that earlier in the game. He left with a leg, what looked like a leg injury, but he has been back in the second half. But here he is for some short yardage work.
The Beavers going double tights and taking a long time in the huddle. The play clock is down to 6 and to 5. And
timeout, Oregon State.
Yeah.
It will be 30 seconds.
And their only timeout, the only timeout they can take, I think, in this sequence here, Jimmy. I think each sequence you get one. So The Beavers will have a 3rd and 1. It's all of 1 at the Cougars 16, and they were going 3. Milborn, Caulfield, and Morano. And now we'll see what they do here, what the play is, 3rd and 1. But that was a good pickup, a good hit to Taz Reddick to get the Beavers in this position on a 2nd and 9.
Nice play out in the flat. He had the defense outflanked and was able to catch the ball and maintain his speed, as Ad Rushman would say, relative speed, to the outside. Big pickup.
Morano and Milborn.
Is Jabari?
No, it is Jabari Johnson, yes, with Cornell Hatcher behind him. Jabari under center. Jabari sneaks and loses a yard.
I'm not sure why Jabari would be the... Sneaking, yeah. Maalik bigger and stronger. Now, I know he fumbled one earlier.
Now, the Beavers on a 4th down and 2, losing a yard, almost 2. It's not a full 2. It's 4th down and a long yard, 1.5 about. And the Beavers have... If they don't convert here, they've probably lost the football game.
Well, the other kicker is
he's
pretty good.
Ethan Sanchez.
Yeah. He was the Big 12 special teams player of the week.
Tied at 24, 4th and a long one for the Beavers. Tried to convert and keep their hopes of winning alive, and it's Hatcher, and he's not going to get it. He stopped short.
Yeah,
he didn't get it, Jimmy.
I know, but I was hoping the pilot move, and the Jabari Johnson on 3rd down is just a head scratcher.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Houston is a field goal away from winning the football game, and it's just staggering. It's a staggering thing to say, to think, and to see unfold. But the Beavers turn it over on downs.
And obviously in the Kansas plan, you're pretty much lining up in field goal range, at least for Houston. And they'll play it safe and try to win it with their kicker.
The Beavers had a 14-point lead on the ball with 11:17 to play. And we talked then about needing to get a drive to at least. You said, I don't care what they do at the end of it if they run 4 or 5 minutes. They ran it about 2:55 worth, and the game changed from that point. Ethan Sanchez at the ready. The Beavers hoping to come up with a near miracle now defensively. Handoff to Dean Connors. Beavers trying to knock the ball out. Connors goes down after a pickup of a couple to the 23. They're going to try to center the ball, it looks like, keep it in the middle of the field. And Ethan Sanchez warming up the leg on the Houston sideline, trying to kick a winner, which he's in position to do right now. An excellent kicker. 35 for 46 in his career in field goals.
This is, I think, Dean Connors 3 times or 2 times or whatever until it's 4th down.
2nd down and about 7. It's Connors. Connors hit low and goes down at about the 21. Now 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 6, but they'll just run it again, I would think, in the middle area of the field.
Either that or Weigman himself just centers it up, because sometimes the runner, he gets up and he pops it to the outside. And of course, Houston knows which hash mark where Sanchez wants it. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Weigman just go find that spot.
3rd down and 6 from the Oregon State 21, tied at 24 in the Kansas plan in overtime. Weigman rolls right, and they throw it underneath the Connors, who gets to the 10. Connors inside the 10, down to the 9. Well, they're going to give a chip shot to Sanchez if he wants it, essentially an extra point. But that's a surprising call to me, Jim.
It is, and it was well executed.
Yeah. Connors with a 1st and goal on the receiving end at the 9-yard line. Big-time receiver he was in his days at Rice. He catches a ball here, and it's a quiet, sullen, and almost disbelieving crowd here. Staying late on Friday in Houston, just it feels like moments away from breaking the Beavers' hearts again. 1st and goal from the 9. Weigman gives to Connors up the middle. Connors goes down at about the 4. And the Houston coaches now trying to talk about what do they want to kick an extra point essentially for the win right here, because that's what it is right now, or keep running their offense and just try to take it on in for a touchdown. I mean, it is 2nd and goal from the 4.
I think what you do is you run one more play. But on third down, you can try your field goal. If something goes crazy, if you fall on the ball, you can kick it again on fourth down.
Weigman runs under center and runs to center it up at about the 6 in the middle of the field.
And you kick it on third down. Again, for that reason,
Right.
if there's a bad snap, something goes crazy, just line it up and do it again.
Well, they've done everything they needed to do in the Kansas planned possession. The Beavers came up short, sneaking on 3rd and 1 with Jabari Johnson and coming up empty and then not getting it, coming back on 4th down. And so Ethan Sanchez with a chance to win it with a chip shot field goal of 24 yards straight down the middle. The Beavers have had 2 of their field goal attempts blocked. They need some of that magic right here to try to stay alive. Houston looking to execute to a win. Snap down, and timeout was called by Houston just before the kick.
Icing their own kicker.
Timeout. Houston.
That's a surprise, Jimmy.
It will be 30 seconds.
Maybe somebody saw something in alignment that they didn't like.
You thought that the Beavers might have somebody coming free maybe to block it?
They just, Mike, if you could explain to me why you would ice your kicker,
right.
your own kicker, then let me hear it, because that was a strange timeout.
Yeah.
And I think he made the kick. And
I do too. And it again, for him, it's routine. And Ethan Sanchez, the reigning last week after the victory in Colorado and 5 field goals, Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Week. 24 yards straight down the middle to win it for Houston in overtime, tied at 24. They just need a clean operation, and they should win the football game. The snap is a little high. The kick plays down, and the kick is up and good. And the Houston Cougars rally from down 14 in the 4th quarter and defeat the Beavers in overtime. 24-yard field goal. Houston goes to 4-0. The Beavers drop to 0-5. Final score in overtime. Houston 27, the Beavers 24. Our post-game show coming up on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro. On them, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate